Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. Yep. That's what I am. That's how it's going to stay. Take that. Take that, chat. You can eat shit. I'm just going to sit here and drink my drink. This is the sweet life. This is perfection. Perfection right here. Man, do I love this camera. This is the best. I don't have to tolerate your shit at all. I don't have to do nothing. You got no man or God got nothing on me. Okay. So, how are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. We have some topics to cover. We have wicked, evil people to talk about. We're going to have a discussion about abusive relationships. I think you may understand who I'm talking about. We've got Captain Native America, which I don't know what's up with that. And then apparently Snapchat has killed people. So there you go. I hope you're enjoying the camera. I hope you're enjoying the beautiful, crisp focus we have going on. And no, it's not me. It's you. It's you who's doing it. Maybe you need to adjust your monitor. I don't know. Try throwing a brick into it or hitting it with a sledgehammer. See if you can get Dominion to fix your monitor with an algorithm or whatever. Because it's perfect. Just rub glass in your eyes. That'll help. That'll fix it. Look, this is like blocking people on Twitter, right? This is the same thing. I took my problem, which was my crippling self-esteem issues following yesterday's stream, in which I was bullied, beaten, and ridiculed by the chat, and I fixed it. And I fixed it by fixing it. So there you go. That's what we got. Oh boy. So okay guys. Let me tell you what's up with me. Should I focus the camera? I don't feel like I should. But I guess I can. So anyway. Let the ridicule commence. I am still working on the lighting. Yesterday, I tried it without any other lights but the studio lighting. I think that was too dark. And so I'm still messing with different things. But yeah, so again, it's a fun work in progress for me, and I hate everything about it. And also, For all you motherfuckers out there talking about how red my nose was, I think it had to do with three things. One, I had really warm lights on. So I cranked up the K value on the light. So it's a lot more bright. You guys are used to seeing me under like a bright fluorescent light. And I realized that having those the warm colored lights, the softer lights, that played a big part into it. So I cranked up the I don't even know what it's fucking called, but I cranked up the K value on the lights, so that should help with that a little bit. Plus, I was wearing a red shirt, which brings out the red in my skin. And finally, I had just gotten out of the shower, like right before coming downstairs, and I take pretty warm showers. And so I think you were probably seeing some of my allergy in effect. As for the shininess, I mean, that's just my nose is shiny, catches a lot of light. It's very smooth. The rest of my face is not as smooth, but my nose, probably because the skin is stretched like a pair of leather pants on an aging hooker around the giant proboscis I have coming out, or proboscis I have coming off my face. Because of that, the skin on my nose is very taut. It does catch light and stuff like that. So, but yeah, because I came down to check out the lighting earlier today, and I was like, oh, it's not as red. So I think there had to be something going into it. I think it's those three things. But yeah. So that's that. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you what's going on with me. Angry Bailing says, I thought you were only allergic to heat. Yeah, I take hot showers. I know in India they haven't invented water heaters yet, but in the rest of the world they've been out for a long time. So I think it was part of that allergic reaction to the heat of the shower. But anyway, I don't know. I'm guessing as much as you guys are. But so yeah. So what's going on right now? It's Friday. It's the end of the school year. All of my kids' activities are in the process of ending. And when kids have activities that end, that means that everything gets busier for some ungodly reason, as all of the activities try to do their year-end things. And so I noticed I haven't scheduled a guest in a while. It's been a while. And so, I do plan on bringing some guests on, hopefully this coming week. I would like to get some people on just because I like to talk to other people, and I haven't been doing it. So that's been rough, not having guests. And then the other thing is, with all the stuff ending, like today, I have barely had much time to research any topics. I went through and checked the lawsuits that we're following along with, and there's not really anything going on in those. So there's not a ton of stuff to cover. With that, I don't know how long we'll go tonight. I am happy to hang out with the chat and chat with you guys, as well as talking about the show topics. And I'll probably try and follow along with the chat a bit more tonight than normal, as I have less prepared sort of topics. So I encourage you to tag me and chat with me as we're going. The other thing is I have something to do after this with you guys, but on Twitch. And that is a brand new game I bought today. It was massively expensive, probably the biggest expense I've ever had for the show, and it is Cuckold Simulator. So today on Twitch, we will start the life of Ron Toye. The life of Ron Toye. So that is what we're going to do on Twitch tonight. It'll be an experience. That's for sure. And I hope you'll join me on there. If I don't think it'll get you a ban. It's actually listed as one of the categories on Twitch. You can play Cuckold Simulator. So that'll be on twitch.tv/Recato Law. You are welcome to join. Follow over there. And like I've been talking about this, it is something I'm working towards doing. I move very slowly on things, but I will be live streaming during the day on Twitch soon, and it'll be hopefully a nice, highly interactive show where people can, because a lot of people like send me stuff on Twitter or on email or whatever. Have you seen this? Have you looked at this? Did you hear about this thing? Can you give me an opinion on it? And that's kind of what I want that Twitch show to be, is a place where people can send me like a story. I can go look at the story, watch the video clip. It'll be less, Twitch is a little bit of a different format and a different place. So it'll be a little less structured on the like, oh, this is the law channel type stuff or the law related topics, and a lot more open. So, and then I'll be hopefully finding some of the shorter content for the media channel and for this channel in that as well to produce short videos. I figure, I spend part of my day going through reading news stories and stuff like that. And it's like, I have initial reactions to some of this stuff. And so I thought maybe getting those initial reactions and covering some more of those stories, as well as having people submit stories that I might not see, would be a fun way to do that. And also to build up the Twitch show and allow people who are not able to watch at night to participate in a different format. So that'll be there. I'm working on it. I need to get the time hammered down and get that onto my daily schedule. And with the kids' activities kind of winding down, once they're actually done winding down, they're done with their recitals and their performances and all of the stuff that kids do, and they move into their summer schedule of not doing anything other than playing Minecraft. That'll be nice. But yeah, so that's coming up as well. But anyway, I also have something that I want to talk about right around 11:45 to midnight tonight. There's a very, very important thing I want to do, and it's something I try not to do very often in general. But it's something that I think is really, really important. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask for you guys to consider participating. It's a GoFundMe that I'm going to contribute to. I'll tell you guys about it, and I'll ask you to consider participating if you want. Remember, with GoFundMes and my actual recommending of specific GoFundMes, I have a couple rules. The rules are, I won't ask people specifically to participate in a GoFundMe if I'm not participating in it. And I try to do that on the show so people understand that I mean it. When I find something that I believe in, I mean it, and I show that. I like to be transparent about that stuff. And then the other thing is I have to know with very good confidence that it's a real thing. Because I don't ever want to ask someone to participate in something that ends up being, a scam or a grift of some sort. So this one is, it's from someone that I know, and actually you guys know of them too. And I'll explain it all when we get to it. That'll be in about 30 minutes. So, and of course, if you don't want to participate, if you're not able to participate, I fully and completely understand, and that is fine. Just bear with me on talking about it, because you may be interested in the story, and even if you're not up for participating, you may want to share it so that other people can make that decision. And I would massively appreciate if you would consider at least sharing it. But we'll talk about it, like I said, in about 30 minutes. Yeah. So I guess with that, let's get into the early chats and then we'll start getting into some of these topics real quick. No, it's not Heath's school, Diamond Duck. No, it is not. This is a little bit different than that. Um, but yeah, you'll see. You'll see. No point in chatting about it now if I'm going to talk about it in depth in in a little bit of time here. All right, so let me check this. All right. Butt Worlds Man says election season comes again next year. Disregard your conscience. In the next elections, I urge everyone to vote for Suck Dick. Vote Suck Dick 2022. Show them the one political ad, Nikki. Okay. Yeah, I can show that, I suppose. This guy just won an election. I don't know anything about this, but this guy, I don't know how else to say it. He won election. I think it's over in the UK or something. I don't know where. What? This is apparently real. This guy. Apparently I mean, how could you not vote for this guy? How could you not vote for that? It's in Scotland. That's, you know what? You gotta love Scotland, right? His platform is Suck Dick, I think. Anyway, so there you go. That's from Butt Worlds, man. Thank you. Thank you for sending in that early chat just to let us know of the based Scotsman. Very proud. All right. What do we got next? Oh, whoops. See if YouTube has failed me again today. It'd be lovely if they did. I love when they screw up. Oh my God, they made it work. Thank goodness. All right. Where do we start? Okay. Richard Grubber says, too tired to stay up for the show. We'll catch the archive. Happy flat Friday. Ren Fair this weekend. Oh, hey, have fun with that, man. I love vegetable justice and I love turkey legs. God bless the holy state of Long, Florida. I heard DeSantis will lift restrictions July 1st. I didn't know there were any restrictions left. And Russell Wallace Warren says, smoking lamp, it lit. All right. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But okay. Smoking lamp, it lit. I guess that's something I need to cover this at some point. I'll probably do a short video on it because it's kind of in that world. But a lot of states with conservative legislatures are passing. How do I word this? How do I YouTube friendly word this? They're passing new regulations on voting and how it's done. And a bunch of people are really, really pissed off. Because I guess some conservatives learned from 2020 that there is a need to have clear laws, very explicitly clear laws about voting rules and voting procedures. And there's a big group of people out there who really don't want rules or procedures around voting. So I find that to be very, very interesting. And yeah, the conservatives are doing that. So It's an interesting prospect. But DeSantis in Florida has passed some of them. I think South Carolina, Texas, Georgia, they are passing just. And the crazy thing is, they're not even restrictions. They're just very clear statements about what is required to vote in the state. But of course, if you want no rules about voting, for God only knows why you would want no rules on voting. If you want that, anything that's a statement of a rule is a statement of oppression. And that's how people are taking it. So that's a fun thing that's going on, but we'll need to talk about that soon. Sorry, someone mentioned DeSantis, and that reminded me that Florida, I think, has some new stuff going into effect in regards to voting, as does Texas, as does Georgia and South Carolina, and people are pissed about it. Tina says, "Aw, Nick, we were mean yesterday, but we love you and your hilarious big nose. Don't be discouraged." Oh, I'm never discouraged. I'm just always seeking vengeance. Always seeking vengeance. So, just watch your backs. Some of you are cool. Don't stay home from COVID tomorrow. Jonathan Sweet says, "Remember the guy talking about getting Me Too during the video with Good Logic where y'all watched Biden? HR came back inconclusive, and that land whale has no friends at work anymore. I did get moved to third shift, though." Well, I'm glad that HR came back inconclusive and that they're reaping the social consequences. See, that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing, right? These people act like, well, you're just having consequences for your actions. But yet, when people go after false accusers and disassociate with false accusers and try and distance themselves from people who are likely to try and get them in trouble for that person's personal gain, when they get away from those, they're like, what? Why are you victim blaming? Why are you? It's not victim blaming. It's just the consequences of their actions, right? Oh, it's amazing how when it's them receiving consequences, that's not okay. Oh, you can't do that. You can't punish women for coming forward and telling their truth. But if their truth isn't the truth, yes, you can and should. If someone is likely to put you out of work for their own personal crusade against a fiction, then you should get away from that person with as much haste as possible, because they are a danger to you and yours. And that is the social consequence that these people need to face. And I love it. It was like, freedom from speech isn't freedom from consequences. Except, I mean, it is. That's what freedom is a non-consequential outcome from your action. But that being said, half the time the people didn't even say the things they said, or they didn't mean them in the way they're being presented. They lack context. So there's an unnatural consequence. But the natural consequence is when everyone wants to get away from the stinky, nasty, evil rat people who try and lay these false accusations out, who try and destroy other people's lives. When they face consequences, suddenly that's an injustice. That stuff pisses me off. So I'm glad that person is reaping the social consequences of being a giant pile of garbage. I don't know if the third shift move is good or bad for you. Hopefully it came with a little pay boost. CB says, or option 4, you are Rudolph. Everyone laughs and makes fun of you, but you lead this sleigh through the lawsuits of the interwebs, and we follow along for the adventure and the laughs. Well, I mean, I if you want, I guess. And then one guy has sent a bunch of $5 chats. And so I'm going to read all of them because, I normally would read the 20s, but Russell Wallace Warren has sent a bunch of $5 ones that aggregate well over 20. So we're going to do it. He says, the government beats me because it loves me. Then he said, scary story. Then he said, metric system. It has a wavelength. Quantum physics. Say my name. Then he says, poor victim parents. Then he says, I love Dungeon Master. Then he says, maybe make money with Nazis off it. Hey, play games, Game Boy. Then he says, poor victim parents. I take care of your kids' Game Boy. Nazi rules, bruh. Say my name. My dad is George Washington. Salt, burns, slugs. Call mommy, take a drink. And then you asked for it. Okay. I did. I asked for it. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm with it. And I'll take it. I'll take it because I deserve it. I deserve it. All right, so I have an Artur Pawlowski video, but it's an 8-minute video, and so it's going to take 2 hours to get through it. Just kidding. But I want to make sure I don't interrupt it. So let's start with this other topic. Does it have it? Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. God, it's so good. All right. I picked the article from CBR because I imagine that's going to be the worst take on this that exists. I don't know. I don't know what could be much worse than CBR. Marvel debuts a new Native American Captain America. Just call him Captain Native America. What? That's a way better name than Native American Captain America. But, okay. The United States of Captain America 3 will introduce a Native America Captain. They don't even have American. They wrote America too much. Native America Captain America named Joe Gomez of the Kickapoo tribe in August. Now, I actually know something about the Kickapoo tribe. I think they're in Kansas, and I'm pretty sure I've stayed at their casino before. Which is the Eagle something casino. Don't at me. I think it's on Interstate 29. And I stayed there because I was driving down to Texas and I looked at Lady Rackets and I said, I'm tired and I want to eat at a buffet and it's midnight or something. It was in the middle of the night. And I was like, the only place on earth that's going to have a middle of the night buffet is a casino. And so we stopped there and there was a buffet, but it was closed. But they did have a breakfast because it was like, it was in the morning technically. So I did get to eat some decent-ish food. The kids are like asleep on the bench, on the whatchamacallit, the booth that we're in. They're like laying down in the booth, and I'm like, I'm hungry. I've been driving for hours. But yeah. So I have been there. So I honor the Kickapoo people. I do. I honor that. This is what's going on here. You've got Captain America. You've got Captain Joe Gomez, which is a very. I guess is Gomez a traditional Kickapoo name? Is anybody? Do we have any of the Kickapoo tribe in the chat today? Is there anyone here? I feel like my Native American consultant, Chief Iron Horse, or Chief Iron Throne Donga is not here today, but it doesn't. I mean, Gomez seems a little bit more Latinx than Nativex or whatever. So there you go. Did I cover J. Scott Campbell's statement already? You mean on Mary Jane? Yesterday. Yesterday, we took a razor focused on Mary Jane's breasts. Yes, we did that. Isn't producer Tim one? No, he's a native Canadian. That doesn't even count. They're not even people. Canadians, that is. Lorik Project says, honor the Kickapoo with your money. Exactly. That's how you honor the Native American people. I've learned this from America. You just participate in the casino. And that's what you do. And I love casinos. I don't actually gamble very much at casinos. I just like the idea of them. They make me happy. But I don't tend to spend my money there. I just like they're these giant buildings with lights on that could like power the sun. And all you hear is like, you just hear noises and shit, and everything smells like smoke, and it's terrible. It's exactly like the fictional representation of Native Americans like being one with the earth that you would expect, is to erect a giant concrete structure that packs all the nutrients down into the earth and then fill it with artificial light, more oxygen than is outside, a massive amount of sound pollution, and a ton of impurities in the air through smoking and other things. It definitely seems exactly like what the noble native has always been portrayed at in media, as like loving the land and being one with the tree spirit and the rock soul or whatever. Like, that is perfect. But no, I joke, I kid, but I unironically do like casinos. Again, I'm like massive. I'm Ayn Rand levels of capitalism here. So if you can convince people to come in and give you money for nothing, give you money for a very small chance to get money back, that is a brilliant product because people love it. They love it. They go in there like, yes, here's my dollars. Take my ATM card. My kid's in the car. So I gotta hurry. I've been in here 2.5 hours, so my kid's gonna wake up in a little bit. So can we move this along? I gotta get a couple more rounds of blackjack in. I love casinos. They're great. They're great. Matthew Brazel says, thanks for the content. Just got off of work and am headed home to drink some Henry McKenna. Your stream is great to listen to for the commute. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated that you do. Lorik Project says, I honor the Muckleshoots by buying massive illegal fireworks from them. Awesome. What are the Muckleshoots? That's not a real thing, right? Is that a slur of some sort, or is that a real name? I genuinely never can tell anymore. Andrew War Snowboard says, I'm a tad bit miffed that you would consider Donga your expert on the history of Indians and not me. Listen, if they were in Cleveland or even in Ohio, I would run right to you. But they're not in this case. The Kickapoo are nowhere near it. I'm going to read this one from Uncivil Law because he's mean. In Kermit voice says, I've been so lucky. I am the girl with golden hair. I want to sing it out to everybody. What a joy. What a life. What a chance. What is that from? Oh, that's from Pocahontas, right? No, what? It's a Disney song. That's a Disney song. What the fuck? Or no, ABBA. Well, there goes my gay credentials. They're gone now. By the way, everybody who answered ABBA in the chat, you guys all just proved your gay credentials. Okay. Jason McConnell says, lest we forget the natives crossed the Bering Land Bridge. So technically they're Chinese people. Sorry, my bad. Chin X. I can't say it the other way, Jason. Rude. Loric Project says, the Muckleshoots are real. They're by Seattle and they sell the best illegal fireworks in the state of Washington. Just don't get pulled over leaving the res. Oh, that's Dancing Queen. Oh my God. All right. Next, what do we got? Back to this. The 5-part U.S. of America. Captain Joe Gomez of the Kickapoo tribe is the newest Captain America. Joe Gomez is created by geoscientist and Lipan Apache writer Darcy Little Badger and Kalapu Mikim First Nation artist David Cutler. I can't pronounce any of those words. The newest member of the Captain America ranks will make his debut in the United States of America #3. So I'm glad Darcy Little Badger and David Cutler came up with this. Wait till you see the character design. I can't scroll down anymore because I don't want to spoil it. Thank you for the music. Kurt, do you know how much ABBA I've had to listen to? I have seen, what is that fucking, what is the musical? My brain is broken tonight. The Broadway show from ABBA. I've seen it like 8 times live. Mamma Mia. Oh my God. You guys are really coming through with the not homo tonight. I've seen ABBA live, I think 3 times. And I've seen Mamma Mia live 3 times. And I saw that god awful adaptation with Pierce Brosnan, the worst singer on the planet. Oh, the only good part of that movie is that Amanda Seyfried exists. She's not good in it. But just in general that she exists, that's the only good part of it. That movie sucked. Ugh. Anyway, yeah. I even have all the stupid British actors who did the original Mamma Mia. Like, I have all their stupid lines in my head right now from Thank You for the Music and how God. Anyway. Something I love about Joe is his day job. It represents everything he stands for as a hero. Oh, Joe Gomez has a day job. This will be good. Little Badger explains. See, Joe Gomez is a construction worker, a builder in a world plagued by destruction. Every time a spaceship crashes into a bridge or a supervillain transforms a whole city block into rubble, people like Joe make things whole again. Work like that may seem thankless, but Joe genuinely enjoys helping his community survive and thrive. That's why he won't charge elders for home repair services. The Joe Gomez senior discount is 100%. That's also why he's willing to risk his life to save others. I know lots of people like Joe, many of them my indigenous relatives. So it was wonderful to help develop a character with his values, strength, and extreme crane operating skills. There you go, guys. That is what is going into Marvel backstories right now. I'm surprised Joe Gomez isn't a gardener based on what she just wrote, but that's, I guess, maybe unpopular. But this is what's going into Marvel right now. This high level of thinking. He likes to build when other things get broke. Oh my God. Look at the revolutionary thought in that one. What great motivation he has. I can't really express the pride I feel being a part of the team that gets to introduce Joe to the world, Cutler said. The Marvel Universe is the biggest stage there is. I mean, is it? Is the Marvel Universe the biggest stage that there is? The Marvel Cinematic Universe is one of the biggest stages there is, but I don't think the Marvel Universe is the biggest stage that there is. So I'm not really sure about that. And bringing a new First Nations hero to that venue means more than I can say. Okay, before I do the reveal, before I do the character reveal, I want you guys to think about what's going on here. You have the option. You are given the opportunity to bring a First Nation, an Indigenous person, a Native American, whatever term you want to use, whatever it is. You are given the chance to bring your heritage into the universe, to create something, a symbol or an icon of the things that your heritage holds dear, that you find important about your heritage. Okay? And what you do with that, and given again that this is a Native American, right? Like, what you do with that is you do a blurry facsimile of an existing white 1950s idealized hero with core traditional American, Anglo-American values, right? Like, that's what you go with. That's your go-to. You have the entire gamut. You have all of creation. You have every resource at your disposal. You can create literally anything. And you take a blurry facsimile of a 1950s cornbread Midwestern values white guy. And that's what you pick? That's the knockoff? Like, first of all, you're trying to ride on coattails. I would never want, like if I'm going to make Based Polish Man or something, I would never want to ride on the coattails of an existing superhero. I would want something new that embraced traditional. Now, I'm not like big on Polish culture, so I'm bringing this up as a joke example for me, just because I am Polish. I don't know what I would do. I don't really care about that stuff in general. But if I were big into being Polish or something, I would want to bring something Polish, not something that is American with a Polish like transparency wrapped over it. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to do that? Why would you cheapen your own heritage by necessarily copying an existing character? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it is time. It is time for the character reveal. Guys, again, you have Marvel. You have the resources of Marvel artists. You have some of the best line artists in the entire world swirling around your company. You have the ability to work with character designers who have been working on properties and creating things that go on to make millions to billions of dollars at box offices. You have all of the resources you could want. Like, there are a couple companies in the world that can give you access to this. Marvel, Disney, which Marvel is part of Disney, DC, and really not a lot else. And here's what they came up with. Are you ready for this? That 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 is horrifying. That is like the worst thing I could imagine them making. I mean, if I made that and was like, this is Captain Native America, I would go to prison for that. He's got like what, leather strap tassels hanging down. They might as well have put beads on the end of the leather tassels, right? They could have put some bead work on there. That might have been okay. This could have been made out of bones or something awful. They could have had an additional feather in the back. I don't know how they could have made this much worse. But this is terrible. What is his hand doing here, too? Me am Joe. Oh, and look at this fucking sandals. these what, like moccasin shoes? These are terrible. Why would anyone? He's wearing leg warmers. What is he an 80s backup dancer for fucking Janet Jackson? What is this? This is one of the worst things I've ever seen made. And again, we have the biggest stage in the world. We're going to walk up, squat down, and take a shit on it. Okay, good plan there. Good plan there. I don't even have a joke mocking anti-native name to call him, so I'll just call him an idiot. God. At the end of every comic, he looks at garbage on the side of the freeway, turns towards the camera, and has one tear with a slow pan out and sad music. Like, what is this? Oh, God, this is bad. God, this is bad. If I were native, I would claim I was Latinx after this. Because I'd rather be like a gay bastardization of Latino or Latina than be whatever that is. That is awful. That is terrible. It is garbage. I don't even care about comic books or anything like that, but I saw that and I was like, this is about creativity. This is about art. This is about expression, about storytelling, about everything that matters. Like the West has conquered the environment 99% of the time. We've conquered like the Maslow's hierarchy. So we're in a perpetual state of self-actualization. Like people might occasionally fall out of it. Okay, you get kicked out of your house, or you lose your job and you're having trouble eating. Sure, but the overwhelming majority of the United States is up in the self-actualization part of the pyramid way more than most civilizations throughout history. And so art, expression, creativity, storytelling, that is what matters. It's how we influence each other. It's how we collect our history together in different ways. It's how we talk about who we are as a species. It's how we learn we build a foundation that future generations will look back on and learn about who we are and who they are as they have come from us. And that is what you leave. Like, art and story is critically important. It's critically important to everything that you do in the West, because you don't wake up when the sun rises. Some people do. Some people do this, but most people don't. And it's because of what we've done. You don't have to wake up when the sun rises, go out, grow your personal crops, milk your personal one cow that you have, try and fatten up a couple of chickens or turkeys so you have food, start harvesting the corn and prepping it for dry freezing for the winter. Like, you don't have to spend 18 hours of your day prepping for the months that will kill you, because we have advanced so far beyond that to where now, in the middle of the winter, when it's -30 out, you can get in your combustion engine car that will somehow start and drive you to Walmart to buy fresh corn that came from a tropical climate. Like, you can just do that. So we've moved beyond all of that so that we can get to the point where our ability to communicate with each other, to teach, to engage, is the defining characteristic of our time. That's why the biggest companies in the world are social media. Tell your story. Everybody's story matters enough that billions and billions and billions of dollars of revenue are generated by everybody having the time, drive, and desire to tell it. Most of us don't have anything to say, but we want to say it anyway. We get up, we put something on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok. Look at these places explode with people who have literally nothing to say, but it doesn't matter what they're saying. They're saying something. They're cataloging history, and God help us when future generations look back and they see TikTok. But that being said, our society so values this stuff and finds it so important. Even if we try and downplay it individually, it is critical to who we are as a modern people. And that's the shit you contribute to it. That's the shit. You could do anything, and it's that. Okay. Maybe it's the greatest shit post ever created. I don't know. That is the biggest fuck you to Native Americans that I've ever seen. And maybe that's funny enough. Maybe that's funny enough. Okay, I told you guys this was coming at the beginning of the show. If you missed it, guys, I'm going to do something I try to avoid doing for the most part. And I want to be very, very clear. This person did not ask me to do this. They've never actually talked to me about it at all. I found out about it, and I asked them if I could share this because you guys know this person. I know this person. Turns out there's a real need involved here. And so I am going to share this GoFundMe. I'm going to talk about it for just a minute. I'm going to donate to the GoFundMe. I'm going to ask you guys to strongly consider whether you would donate to it as well. If you can, great. If you can't, I understand fully. If you can't donate, please consider sharing it to let other people know. But you guys may be familiar with this song. Wait. God damn it. If I wasn't a boomer, you may be familiar with this song, right? You guys know this? This is the outro. This is the outro, okay? I'm not going to keep playing it. This is the outro. My Room Records did the outro. Well, My Room Records has a fundraiser because My Room Records has a 5-year-old girl. Well, I guess 6 now. 6-year-old girl. And she was born with her organs outside of her body. It's an extremely rare condition. An extremely rare condition that her organs were born outside of her body. Now, this is back in 2015. She's 6 years old now. And so she has recently had to go out to a hospital. I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to talk about, but she's had to go to a hospital for a couple surgeries to help out. Obviously, the family is feeling the pinch because on top of, whatever, I don't know how much medical bills are personally responsible for. I don't know what they're responsible for as far as like insurance and stuff like that. What I do know is that doesn't matter because the strain of having to leave the state that you're in to bring your child to specialists to handle an extremely rare thing is, that has all sorts of expenses built into it. So, like I said, My Room Records didn't ask me to talk about this. I saw it. I immediately said, can I please share this on the show? So I'm going to donate to it. This is a thing. I'm going to put the link into the chat here. And looks like Baneling is already onto it. But yeah, please check it out. I'm not going to show you guys my credit card. But I am going to donate to it right now. So let's do this. Let's give them a nice big boost if we can. Like I said, if you're able to. Gotta fill out all my information here. Okay. So I am donating to this. Know that, you guys have made my donation possible. Like that is something I want to be very, very clear about. You guys have made my donation possible. So I am making a big donation because it's coming from you guys fueling that. But if you have some extra to throw into that, I would really appreciate it as well. So there's that. Okay, I'll bring it back up here. Okay. So there is my donation. I've put $1,000 down on that. So I would encourage and ask you guys to thoughtfully consider it for yourselves. However much you can give, it is all going to be appreciated. And, he has never asked me for a penny for creating the outro song. He has never given me any sort of hell about playing it. He said, here, I made this. It's for you. And he's a great guy, very talented. And I hope nothing but a speedy and healthy recovery for his daughter. So, and some peace for their family. So, yes, thank you guys for doing that. We'll check in on it as we go. We're already up to 24,361. Let's kick this thing up as we can. I'll check on it periodically throughout the show. Thank you to everybody who has donated already. It means a lot to me. So thank you. Okay. Before I get gay and have an emotion, we're going to bring up the wicked evil people. Let me get that pulled up here. Let's see, what do we got? This man has so many videos queued up and ready to go. All right. Okay. Whoop. Okay, we're almost ready here. Got this thing queued up. Lord Shulk, I'm not crying, you're crying. Have that fist ready if you cry, Nick. No, I told you, if you were to ever even come close to catching me cry, I would be paper cutting my eyeballs to have an excuse. But I don't do that. Here we go. We've got Arthur Pawlowski TV. He is in Manitoba. He's in Manitoba. So we're checking on this one. Oh, we've got hold on, we've got a contribution here from Matt the Beast, who says, in this 5-issue series released for the anniversary of Captain America, we're going on a cross-country road trip to meet all these copycats we made up on the spot. Like Chief Yahoo here and a gay punk kid in overalls with his spray-painted trash can lid. Wait, please tell me that last part is made up and not something that they've actually done. Okay, so this is Arthur. He is the based Polish pastor up in Calgary. But he's here in Alberta or whatever. He's in Manitoba, and they are talking to some police. It's real? It's real? No, okay, we're looking at that after this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Okay, here we go.
Get out! Leave us alone! Get out! Loitering!
Littering, I think you mean, Arthur.
I don't know. Leave! Wicked, evil people you are! Wicked, evil! Evil cops!
Evil cops!
Nazis and Gestapo you are!
Nazis
and Gestapo! One day you're going to be judged!
Yeah!
Wicked, evil people you are! Wicked! Evil! Wicked and evil people! Hell! Hell awaits! Hell awaits! Hell! Hell awaits you, wicked, evil Gestapo, Nazis, communist fascists!
Arthur has no chill. He's just following these guys around. Nazi, communist, Gestapo, fascists. He's not at his church today. He's out on the streets. He's on the streets telling them what's up.
One day, hell awaits you. You call yourself Manitoba Justice? You don't know what justice is, you wicked, evil people.
Yeah!
Run like you rats. Run like rats, yes. Run like rats you are. Run like rats you are. Rats, that's what you are. Yes, run. Wicked, evil people. Wicked, evil people.
I believe the context of this is people just got ticketed for not wearing masks outside. I think that's the context. We get to see the tickets in a minute, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here.
Run! You see? Evil, wicked people. Run! But you will not be able to hide from God's justice.
Oh, this warms my cockles, by the way.
Wickedness in a land. Wickedness in a land.
Get out!
I hope you got some good stuff for your dirt rag. Great breath. Household, but they said they don't have to follow.
Run like rats. You can run, but you will not
Some chonky. Even the Manitoba police are walking around as Big Chungus. What is going on here?
hide. One day you'll stand before the living God, you wicked, evil psychopaths. One day you're going to face my God and you will be judged. Yes, run. Run. Just like the Gestapo. Just like the Gestapo was running. In 1945, they run as well. Run.
You're betrayers. How do you sleep with yourself?
Oh, they can't sleep. They can't sleep.
Tyranny is going to be forced.
Wicked, evil.
This is why we don't back the blue. Idiots like me.
Can you sleep at night?
Look at that gut overhang. Oh, baby. Does he have a seatbelt on as a belt? What is that buckle? It's like the... He's strapping himself into an airplane or something. Oh, my gosh.
Can you? Then you're a messed up psychopath if you can sleep. Doing what you're doing against the people. What a sick generation you are that you're doing this to a free society. Sick. Were you born here? You were born here. And you're doing this to your fellow man. Unbelievable. You people are sick.
Every Tim Hortons in the area is in danger.
Ticket, but he's allowed to throw down like this. But you guys didn't please do that.
Look at how many people are fucking dying.
How many people? No, no, no. It's 900. 5-year-olds. In British Columbia, young people are...
So hello friends, we got another summons to court, another tickets, and again they waited like rats to give them in the end. Like cowards that they are. They couldn't come and give a ticket when the people were there. They did it in the end. How low they have fallen. How low they have fallen. It's unbelievable. Let's see what the tickets are for. It's failed to comply with a public health emergency order. $1,296.
1,296 Canadian. That's at least 35 American dollars.
To Henry Hildebrand. And this one, $1,296 to wonderful Pawlowski Arthur. In Poland, when I was growing up, we used them.
I'm kidding about the $35. It's like 1,100 depending on the exchange rate. It's actually, you know, like it's like 1,000 to 1,100 bucks American. It's a substantial thing. I was making a joke. Come on, Canada.
As toilet paper because you couldn't buy toilet paper. That's what those things are good for.
Wait. We got to go back on that.
In Poland, when I was growing up, we used them as toilet paper because you couldn't buy toilet paper. That's what those things are good for.
In Poland, when I was growing up, we used those as toilet paper. You got tickets. This guy is so great. Oh my gosh. You know his life story is fantastic. Fantastic.
And when we're going to clean this country, and we will one day, from all those corrupted people, we'll make them accountable. We'll make them accountable for what they did, and we charge them with treason, criminal charges. So hold on a little bit longer, because one day, justice will be served. Be blessed. You want to say a few words?
Welcome to communist Manitoba, Pastor Art. Now you got some of those pink ones too, like I have lots of them.
My daughter loves pink, so.
We all wanted to hear a good get out chant, and of course,
It's
it's
a cheap paper that won't hold up anywhere. And now you've seen it for yourself what we have here in Manitoba. They come after the rally when the crowd has left, and then they try to quickly serve it to you and run away. That's what you saw.
Cowards.
You saw them
Cowards.
running
Rats.
away. So I don't know how much more to say besides that these people are gonna have to answer for their actions. The day will come where they will answer for it.
Yeah. I see Laura still at it.
Because you got his back. Don't come up to me. Don't fucking come up to me.
Yeah.
Crazy ass fuck.
So now you're all handing out tickets, right, to the general population outdoors, and you're going along with it.
Shame.
Along with it.
Shame.
And one day it'll be for you. And did you know about all of the adverse reactions after the COVID
Uh-oh.
shot over?
Whoop. I can't air that. Can't air that. That's a channel strike waiting. So ignore what she says. The COVID vaccine is safe and the CDC is God. We're going to just go ahead and pass up what she's talking about because it's definitely wrong.
And again, there is lawlessness in the land. Lawlessness in the land. And they really think they're going to scare us with a piece of pink paper out of all the colors. Those wicked, evil people are choosing pink. Unbelievable. Pink.
I'm sorry. This man, pink. He's offended by the nature of them giving him a pink piece of paper to intimidate him. He is great. He is great. I have got to talk to Arthur sometime. He sounds amazing. He sounds amazing. So, anyway, there you go. There's the adventures of Arthur Pawlowski continue. Saving Canada from Trudeau, one video at a time. I love this guy. I think he's fantastic. He should, you know how this guy could make infinity $billion if he did tours of Poland. Like if, you know, they do those, if you've ever been to a Christian church ever in your life for more than like 2 services, you'll go to one and they'll be like, okay, we're taking our trip to Israel and we're going to go explore the Holy Land and our tour guide's a real Jew. Like that, that's how they do it. It's so funny. No Christian church I've ever been to is immune from this. And I'm talking Catholics, Protestants, it doesn't matter. They all do it. They're like, we're going to go explore the Holy Land. Our tour guide's a real Jew. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, you're in Israel. I would think you're probably going to find a Jew there. Maybe. But no, so this guy should do it. He's like, I will take you to Poland with a real Polak tour guide, me, Arthur, wonderful Pawlowski. I will take you around. We will eat pierogies. Like I would pay a lot of money to go on a tour of Poland with Arthur Pawlowski. I think that would be great. Anyway, fantastic. Okay, what's next? Oh yeah, I have abusive relationships written down. So I need to talk to you guys about something serious, and it's I have discovered recently that I'm in an abusive relationship, and it's with you. It's with you. You guys are mean, and you hurt my feelings, but I can't leave you because I am trapped. You won't let me out. You keep me out of my wits and out of good decision making by getting me drunk, by liking the stream. You use monetary manipulation to keep me coming back. It's all the hallmarks All the hallmarks of classic abuse. I'm dependent upon the chat. I'm dependent upon you. And you know it. You know you can abuse me and that I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you like it. You like it. That's gaslighting. Thank you. That is gaslighting. And at some points in my life, I'm not going to stand for it. Would you consider going vegan, Nick? No. 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 But yeah, I just want you guys to know that after every live stream, I go to Twitch and then I lie and say I'm going to bed, because lying is the only way that I can do what I have to do to cope with the abuse. And then what I do is I replay the video and I read every single mean comment from the chat. Every single one of them. I read all of them. And then I curl up on my couch and I weep into my cat's fur. So, and the worst part is, I know that by telling you this, you'll just do it again. You will just do it again. Baneling, yes. If you send me a donation on Streamlabs or something, yeah, I can pass it on to you. I mean, you don't have to. I could just do it for you, but you know, whatever. Just email me. Email me about it. That's a you problem. Even Sheila Aliens is brutally picking on me. I feel like you guys are the Canadian police, and I am the oppressed Polish people. Let's see. We've got all right, we've got some chats to read through. Got some chats here. Nikuyasha says, at this point, I'm waiting for them to make a certain man with a mustache from the other side of the world and turn down his color. Nikuyasha also says, no, Nick, they just need 3 more for the village people. Did you guys see? Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? I know that's very, this is importantly not a joke. This is a real thing that happened. That village people comment reminded me of it. This is real. This is real. History was made on Friday with the first ever all-gay U.S. Navy helicopter crew. Come on. Wait. It looks like the village people do the Navy. I mean, look at that picture. Oh, God. I can't take it. They did this unironically. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Sorry, whoever brought up the village people. I saw this. That was the first thing. Oh yeah, Nikuyasha. That was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, it's the village people. You got mustache guy, you got black guy. You know, you got who knows what these guys are. It doesn't really matter. It was enough for me. Oh. I have not forgotten to look up gay Captain America. We're getting there. Oh boy. Loric Project says, for me, it'd be Captain IRA, the drunkenly man in Belfast. Jason McConnell says, is that Captain Native American, or just a guy who stole Gary Spence's pajamas? What do we got next? Russell Wallace Warren is dropping $1 million $5 super chats here. So I'm going to have to read those all together in just a second. Nick's Heck says, you know you failed when the best thing to come out of your province in 30 years is by Crash Test Dummies. Good song, by the way. Once there was this Canadian. Davisar says, F Canadian Gestapo Communist Police, F mask cultists, God bless base Polish man, and God have mercy on our enemies, for we won't stay based, everyone. Ryan Ferrier says, no Nixex, the only good things to come out of Manitoba in the last 30 years has been Milt Stegall, 2 horrible Winnipeg Jets franchises, and the giant 16-foot by 24-foot portrait of the Queen in the Winnipeg Arena. Bobby McBobface says, shut up and drank the whiskey, boomer. That is exploitative, abusive, and gendered language, frankly. Music and Fiction says, Nick, you know we love you, but please, for love of all that's holy, improve your lighting. The shine off your nose is brighter than the bat signal. The beatings will continue until my morale improves. Rude. Next. Let's see, I gotta find out where we left off with Russell Wallace Warren. Okay. He says, what is the amendment after 3? Well, I think 4. His name is Garcia, Game Boy. Party is over, Control-Alt-Delete. Yeah, of course, you know the guy stole women's rhythm. Women make rhythm, men steal it. Yeah, you Game Boys know me, you want me, USA president. These are all from Russell Wallace Warren. You make money off human trafficking and a little from me. How do I make money off of human trafficking? I mean, look, I'm trying to, but it's not very profitable. Don't worry about it. I'm your daddy, bruh. Kisses. I am Red Man. Ask your mom about my rocket, or ask Jack Dorsey. Anything else, Game Boy? Thanks for your kids. I'll teach them good. You asked for it. Nazi, no, we didn't say my name. You are responsible for your words. As you do it, troll-lol-lol, mommy ban this guy, say my name, keep grifting, Game Boy, get off my lawn, just need balls for court, precious people don't need permission. And, oh, we got more. Apple had to make sure I'm me, hope they checked Snapchatty. Too scared to swim, here comes the landlubber jokes. No pirates. Okay. There is, those are all the chats from Russell Wallace Warren. Whew. That was a lot of coherent chats. Mr. Bentham says, stop crying, use more soapy water on that nose. You use more soapy water on the nose. Do you think soapy water is going to reduce the glare coming off of it? It's not oily. It's just it's taut skin. We've got Pastor Pierogi says, looks like Nick found the Duluth model Wonder Wheel. Nick Naylor says, you love when daddy tells you your wrinkling face looks like the underside of his ball sack. Oh, so funny story today. It's not funny, but it's a story that I'm going to tell anyway. I went over to visit with my parents for a little bit. They came into town, and I'm visiting with them. And I was telling them, because my dad was asking about my camera, because I took some astronomy pictures. I could show those, but I'm not really like trying to incorporate my stupid personal pictures with stuff. Maybe I'll post them on Locals or something. Anyway, I sent my dad some Milky Way pictures because I was like, hey, look, this is a cool thing that my new camera can do, is take these long exposures, and this lens is good at resolving the Milky Way. And so then he was asking about the camera and stuff like that. And so then I showed him how the difference in the cameras for the show, because I guess I could do, I don't know if you guys saw this. Some people did, some didn't, but let's, oh, fucking hell. Here we go. If you didn't see this tweet, I guess you should. The tweet is from Butt Worlds, man. He says, when you nut, but the succubus keep on sucking. And then that's the day before I got my camera, and that's the day I got my camera. So I showed that to my dad, and he goes, oh God, I'm so old. I know, because my son looks old. So you guys ruined my old man dad's day, by the way. You ruined his day by making him extra old because he saw me. So there's that. Thanks. I told you guys are abusive. Abusive. Gestapo. Chat. Chatstapo. Oh, I have this thing.
Let's talk about how many.
Speaking of abusive relationships, I think there's a bunch of people who would love to be in an abusive relationship with this person. So we're going to check it out. See what's going on. I haven't listened to this yet. This will be new to me. We're going to experience this together. Mass Cucko, did I put on makeup today? No, I did not. First of all, I don't, my wife doesn't tend to wear much makeup, so I don't even know what I would put on my nose. I'd probably just put like baking flour on it or something. Oh no. Speaking of my dad, there he is. He's actually in the chat. He says 2 pepperoni and cheese pizzas. So apparently his nose must have been red and itching, from me talking about him. Hi, Dad. How's it going? I guess I'll tell you a story real quick about that. So like I said, I'm over visiting my parents today with the kids and stuff. And, we're visiting, and, there's this place in town called 1000 Degrees Pizza. It's a chain, so you may have been to one. But they have this, big, like, 1000-degree oven with a rotating stone, and they make your pizzas right there, and they throw them in the oven, and they, they go around, and they pull them out. They cook really quick because it's really hot, right? Makes sense. 1000 degrees, her. So, my dad takes everybody's order. He's like, okay, well, I'll get everybody these pizzas. You get these small, like, individual pizzas. So he ends up with 7 pizza orders, right? And we've written them all down. Some of my kids, my mom and I got a pizza, all the kids got a pizza, and then my mom and I got a pizza. So write them all down, and my dad's like, okay, I'm going to call in this order. Remember I told you about the sandwiches, right? And how the guy just couldn't do the basic step of just opening the bread like this to make a sandwich like a normal human being. He instead did this with the bread, which then means that you put it together wrong and it was just a catastrophe. This runs in my family. I got this curse from my dad. Okay? So he calls to order the pizzas. And I hear him, he's on the phone. He's like, okay, 2 pepperoni and cheese pizzas, red sauce, and then 1 pepperoni, cheese, and bacon pizza, and then these 2 pepperoni and sausage or whatever. And he's going through and he's ordering, and he gets to my mom's pizza. So all the kids' pizzas have just like 2 or 3 ingredients. And then he gets to my mom's pizza, which has like 7, and then mine is like 6. And so I hear him, and I'm in the other room. I'm talking to Lady Rackets. We're just sitting around drinking sodas, hanging out like young couples do or whatever. And then I hear and I notice that my dad has relayed the details of my mom's pizza to the guy on the phone for the 3rd time. And I look at Lady Raggers, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the 3rd time my dad has ordered my mom's pizza. And it then proceeds for like 10 more minutes where he's like, no, listen. 2 10-inch pepperoni and cheese pizzas with red sauce. 1 pepperoni and cheese and bacon pizza with red sauce. 2, oh yeah, that's the thing. The kids get the mac and cheese sauce. Oh my God. They get mac and cheese and pepperoni and sausage. They're like 2 mac and cheese, pepperoni and sausage pizzas. Then he gets to my mom's, which I don't even remember her order, but it's a whole bunch of stuff. And then he reads through mine. And he goes, no, that's not it. Let's start over. And then he goes through the whole order again. And then he finally says, no, we're going to do this one more time. He goes through the order. You know what happened, right? You know what the definite outcome of this is. He ordered the same 7 pizzas at least 5 times on that phone call. And I'm being very conservative on that. It was probably 6 or 7. He orders the same pizzas. I think 4 of the 7 pizzas were wrong. It was embarrassingly bad. It was a bad day to be a 1,000-degree pizza employee. I had nothing but praise for my dad, who somehow did not drive to the store and strangle the guy on the phone. Because I was like, I think the ultimate problem was that, he wanted the pizzas, right? Because I have heard my dad, get into it with someone on the phone, we'll say, who deserved it. I've heard him do it. I've experienced this before, and I'm always just kind of waiting in the background to chuckle, like, bad day to be that customer service person or whatever. But no, he was calm and collected the entire time. It was like talking to a terrorist who has taken your family hostage or your family's dinner hostage, right? He's got a gun pointed at the pizza. It's like, tell me again, Mr. Raketa, about the pizza. What would you like on it? Right? Like, and if you're not careful this time, the pizza gets it. Like, he's sitting there trying to not murder a man through the phone. It was, it was very, very impressive. I was shocked. But this is the problem when you live in a town with like 4 restaurants worth eating at. And I say that with a measured sort of, there's not an alternative. Like, the alternative to the custom pizzas would be Domino's, which means only the kids would enjoy eating them, because grown people don't enjoy eating Domino's pizza, because people don't enjoy Domino's pizza and children aren't people. So there's not like something else you could get. You have to deal with how incompetent someone is. It's awful. It's awful. It was great. Domino's is amazing. I don't know. It isn't, man. No, your Domino's sucks. All right, good night, Dad. Thanks for being on the show. I hope you enjoyed the show as much of it as you watched. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Okay, there's a couple more chats, and then I have this thing to thank you, Breck Nichols. There's a couple chats here, and then we'll watch this video from this person. The Big Red Bear says, Nick, why are you torturing yourself by keeping this camera? Is this just now a stubborn poll thing? Yes. Oh, you can't bully me into dropping the camera. Haven't you guys learned by now that that would never work? Is this what it is? You're not wrong. The world is? Yes. I understand the impulse, but they have therapy to fix this kind of thing. I don't want to be fixed. I don't want to be fixed. Fixing is for pets at the vet. Matthew Brazel says, just got home and am pouring the first glass. I've been meaning to ask any updates on having Project Melody on the show, or is that just something you said on the fly? I said on the fly, but truthfully, I would love to interview Project Melody. I don't have any direct way to communicate with Project Melody. And I know people have said, oh, just, ask Nux Taku to ask Project Melody. That's a little bit of an etiquette faux pas, is to say, oh, hey, by the way, can you reach out? Like if someone offers to make that networking connection for you, that's great. But if you say, hey, man, we've talked before, can you please use your contact for my behalf? It's a little tacky on the etiquette side. So I try not to do that. I try to respect the contacts that I've made with people. And if they offer to connect me with someone, I'm very appreciative, but I appreciate talking to the people I talk to, not to abuse their connections for my personal benefit. So I would love to talk to Project Melody. I think she's an extremely interesting person, and probably has a lot to say about speech, about creativity, about storytelling, in a way that a lot of people would see as not non-traditional, we'll call it. So I think it'd be great. But I don't have an update on getting her on. Or getting her off, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. So this is a tweet from Christine Yeargin. Yeargin? Is it Yeargin or Yeargin, like the liquor? I don't know. She says, hi, AOC. I called Planned Parenthood to schedule a prenatal appointment, and interestingly enough, they said they don't offer them. Watch to see what they said. All right, so here is her. She's got some AOC stuff going on, and then we'll see what happens.
Let's talk about how many lives Planned Parenthood has saved.
0.
And how many babies have been born because of the prenatal care provided by Planned Parenthood.
0.
Okay, let's talk about this. Planned Parenthood doesn't save lives, they take lives. Planned Parenthood doesn't offer prenatal care.
Hold on, I'll go back to her part.
They take Parenthood
provided by Planned Parenthood.
Okay, let's talk about this. Planned Parenthood doesn't save lives, they take lives. Planned Parenthood doesn't offer prenatal care other than maybe at 1 or 2 of their clinics to get people like me off of their back. But you don't have to believe me. Let's find out.
Thank you for calling Planned Parenthood. How can I help you?
Hi there. I was calling to find out if I could make a prenatal appointment.
We're not an OBGYN, so we don't specialize in prenatal care. The only thing that we offer is either abortions or pregnancy testing or ultrasounds in the first trimester.
Okay. Do any of the Planned Parenthoods around Denver offer it?
No. Do you have private insurance, Medicaid, or self-pay?
I have private insurance.
All right, so the best thing to do is call your insurance to see what OBGYNs are in their network. They should be able to give you a list of doctors, and I would try calling and get scheduled with one of them so you can get prenatal care.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Very interesting, AOC.
And of course, that's how it always goes, right? That's how it always goes with the narrative around Planned Parenthood. The question, here's the thing with Planned Parenthood. I am obviously extremely pro-life. Like I don't want to call myself a pro-life extremist because I'm not going to grenade any clinics or anything, but I take radical pro-life positions that even pro-life people might be a little bit uncomfortable with. But that's okay. That's okay. That's me. At the same time, if you're not, that's fine. No grudge with you, no problem with you. I don't demand other people to subscribe to my ideology. I have my beliefs. I hold my beliefs, and that's all I do. I'm not out here to force anybody else to my ideology. What I believe is that if I live well and I make my beliefs and my ethoses or whatever, if I make them open and honest and transparent, people go, you know what? I like this guy. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he talks and acts. Maybe I want to find out more about his beliefs, and then I will share them with people. But I'm not here to, like, my goal is not to change anybody's mind or force a belief upon them. All right. So if you are pro-choice or if you are not pro-life, I have no problem with you. I don't mind. My problem is entirely with the fact that people like AOC, who are advocates of places like Planned Parenthood, not just accepting them, they're advocates for them. Why they always feel the need to misrepresent what Planned Parenthood does. That's the problem that I have. Or misrepresent what abortion is. Like when people are like, well, it's just a clump of cells, or it's not a person, or it's not a baby, it's a fetus. Like, why are you denying and mitigating the reality of what this is? If you believe in it, just believe in it. To one of my friends who I've debated abortion with a million times, and I have a ton of respect for him. He's a really great dude in general. But we used to have these conversations on Facebook that would go for hours and hours and hours, talking about all kinds of different values because we have wildly divergent belief systems. And I brought up, I was like, abortion is killing a baby. And to his credit, and this is what I loved about him, he said, yes, it is killing a baby. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Like, let's just agree on what the realities are. But you find this over and over and over when it comes to Planned Parenthood, and especially from the mouth of politicians. Oh, they offer breast cancer screenings. No, they don't. What are you talking about? They'll refer you because they can't do them. They don't do them, so they'll refer you out. Oh, that prenatal care. No, they don't. They do what this lady did. Yeah, we don't do prenatal care. You got to check with someone else. But of course they don't do prenatal care. They're not geared for it. They're not equipped for it. Most of the time, or a lot of the times, they don't necessarily have an on-call doctor. They don't have hospital facility access. That's a big controversial thing that southern states will put into pro-life bills. It'll say you have to have admitting privileges at a hospital. It's hard to do prenatal care without admitting privileges at a hospital, because what if you discover an emergency need to perform a cesarean or something like that? You have some sort of emergency need for the mom or the baby during the pregnancy. Planned Parenthood doesn't have admitting privileges at a lot of hospitals. They're just a clinic for doing abortions. That's it. That's fine. We don't need to lie about what they do. And the question everyone should ask is why so many people feel the need to lie about what Planned Parenthood is. Because if you need to lie about what a thing is, why are you ashamed about the truth of it? That's the question. And in just about any other organization, like if I don't even know. I don't have an analog. I don't have an analog for it. We don't allow this for other things. It's not like you get to lie about what a particular company does. I mean, if they produce something, that's what they produce. Planned Parenthood produces abortions. That's why they're protected. They're not protected for women's health or reproductive health or anything like that. It's all a moniker for termination of pregnancy, period. And they should own that. They're ashamed to own it. Why? Very weird to me. Very weird to me. Okay. Jay Graham, I see you, man. I see you. Okay, what do we have next? What do we have next? Oh, let's check in on. Oh, baby. Look at you guys go. Oh my gosh. We have gone from 24,000 and change to over $27,000. You guys, it was under 23 grand when we started tonight. So you guys have donated $4,000 to My Room Records baby girl having some surgery that's necessary for her to live. Thank you guys so much. It was 22.9 something or whatever when we started, if I remember right. But over $4,000. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. I don't know if he's watching tonight. I hope when he wakes up in the morning, this ruins his day and turns his manhood into a quivering mess of tears. That's what I want. I want to see his manhood destroyed. I want him to cry and weep about what happened. Thank you guys for that. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, we'll check in on it before we end the show one more time too. Absolutely. Should I read everybody's name who donated, or that could get long? I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, here we go. Here we go. You guys ready for another video? This is from Now This, bigots. Now This is the greatest publication on the planet, bigots. Uh-oh. We hit 1,000 likes. Bigots. Now I get to drink some more of this lovely whiskey. Jade, oh, it's 1,064 on my end. YouTube got really weird on updating likes. It depends on when you join the stream, and sometimes they refresh and sometimes they don't. For me, I got a live count, and right now we're at 1,070. It went up 6 more likes, 1,076. So there you go. Random 11. Yes, I remember that. Maybe if someone wants to send me that, I think we could do that on Monday. That seems very funny. Very funny. Right now I'm drinking this Aaron malt port cask finish. Whoops. I can't do this. Here we go. There you go. The Aaron malt single malt Scotch whiskey port cask finish. There you go. We'll keep it like this. But yours said 72 likes. Here, I'll show you what we've got. I'll show you. Here we go. There you can see it right there. 1,160 current viewers. 1,113 likes. So that's where we are at the moment. At the moment. All right. So this is from Now This. Grow the fuck up and get the vaccine. These healthcare workers shared their honest thoughts about anti-vaxxers in this hilarious PSA on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Oh, soy mouth on the front. This is what they start with. This is the first frame of the video, by the way. Of all the things you can do, this is the first frame of the video. Here we go. There's no volume on their words yet. It's not my fault.
I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor, an actual medical doctor.
I've practiced medicine for 21 years.
I am a critical care nurse.
I've been a nurse for 16 years.
I spent 4 years in undergraduate school, then 4 years in medical school,
and then another 5 years as a resident in emergency medicine.
Look at all of my diplomas.
I worked a second job to
That's an argument from authority fallacy, you fucking idiots.
Put myself through nursing school.
I'm 53 now, and I won't have my student loans paid off till well after I retire.
Maybe you should get on YouTube and pay him off, you pussy. Bigots! Bigots!
I can name every organ in your body and tell you exactly what it does.
I can name the one I care about and tell you what it does too. Who cares about these people? You're just jealous you're e-lawyer, no diplomas. I have diplomas. I have my high school diploma, I have my undergrad, and I have my Juris Doctor. I'm a doctor too, motherfucker. All right, here we go.
Did you know there are between 60 and 100,000 miles of blood vessels in the human body?
I don't care. I only care about blood vessels in, a couple inches of it.
I know that because I've studied human body.
I could find that out on Wikipedia, you weirdo. Who cares? WebMD would tell me that. Actually, this is even worse. I fucking love science would put that out as a headline. No one cares about that at all. Did you know? What? Did you know that Roe versus Wade is about abortions? I know that because I studied the law. Oh, fuck you. Get off of it.
Did you know the human body has 205 bones?
Yes, I learned it from Terminator when Sarah Connor busted that guy's radius, you motherfucker. Why didn't you learn it there? Why did you have to go to 27 years of law school or of medical school and have a bunch of student debt that you'll never pay off? You scrub. I learned it from watching Terminator 2. It was awesome. And then Arnold, thumbs up when he went down, and I was still a child, so I was allowed to cry. Why don't you shut up?
Well, you're wrong. It's actually 206.
Not when you break the radius, bitch.
I did know that because I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor with a weird squished face. Look, you're a meme. Literally, look at you. You're a meme right now. Sarah Connor said 215 bones, you ponce. I'm within the 10% margin of error. Leave me alone. If it's 206 bones, it still has 205, you smug jackass. Yeah!
I did know that because I'm a doctor.
What do you know about public policy? This is the thing. Doctors know they are highly specialized in a particular area of medicine, by the way. That's something to remember. What do you know about public policy? What do you know about liberty? Do you know anything about liberty? Because my study my area of focus, if you'll call it, in law school and in my study of law is on liberty, on constitutional liberty. What's yours? Are any of you epidemiologists? Look, I know the man nurse isn't an epidemiologist, but is any one of these people an epidemiologist? I'm a doctor means nothing. My chiropractor has a doctor of chiropractic. I don't listen to them on vaccines. Are you an immunologist? Is any one of these people an immunologist? Are they general practitioners? Are they cardiologists? Are they neurosurgeons? What are they? Are they neurologists? Are they psychologists? What is it? This is the shit you get from the Jimmy Kimmel live show. They haven't laid out their level of qualification. They haven't given us any reason to believe anything they say. There are lots of doctors out there, by the way, who disagree with everything they're saying, and they're also medical doctors.
Did you know that eating raw ginger cures cancer? You didn't? Good, because it doesn't.
Who thinks that eating raw ginger cures cancer? Male nurses? Is that a male nurse thing? Because I never in my life have thought eating raw ginger, one, was a good idea because, oh dear Christ, and two, that it cures cancer. But does eating raw ginger have ancillary health benefits? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a foodiologist. Look at it. Every time I pause, it's a meme face. Look at these people.
I've saved people's lives.
I've
So have I. Fuck you. Who are you?
cracked open a chest and manually beat a human heart.
Great. Who cares?
I've even delivered some babies in the back of cars.
Oh, wow. Aren't you wonderful? What does that have to do with a vaccine? Does literally any of that have to do with anything regarding the liberty to choose on a vaccine? No. None of this has anything to do with epidemiology, with virology, with immunology. Nothing. You're talking about delivering babies? You delivered babies? Great. Oh, look at this. Look at this motherfucker. Can you guys see this? Emergency medicine. So he's an ER doctor? He's an ER doctor. What does that have to do with the vaccine? It's right on his... It's on his fucking lapel. He's an emergency medicine doctor. You know how much bad advice I've gotten from ER doctors, by the way? Because they tend to be good at, like, trauma, and they tend to be bad at other things because their focus is on the emergency aspect of the medicine.
Do you know how many people have shown me weird skin things at parties and asked me if they were dying?
Why is anybody showing a nurse a weird skin thing at a party and going, "Hey, nurse, am I dying?" No. Go see a fucking dermatologist. Notice who didn't show their diplomas, by the way, the two nurses on stream. Like, and no hate towards nurses, but you're doing an entire appeal to authority fallacy, and you took two people with 2-year degrees. I think statistically 40% of the people watching this video on the Jimmy Kimmel show have a higher level of education than the two nurses on there do. Like, this is
Too many.
My life is spent trying to improve and save yours.
Your life is not spent trying to improve mine. You're an emergency medicine doctor. Your life is literally spent trying to save people from emergencies. You're an emergency medicine doctor. Improving it isn't actually your purview. That would be a different doctor, like my general practitioner, or some sort of specialist, like my allergy doctor, for example. They're trying to improve my health. And by the way, if my arm was cut off in a I don't know, a fire door accident, I wouldn't go to my allergist. I would go to you, the emergency medical doctor, for the emergency care to keep me from dying from blood loss. This is, oh God, fuck it. This is so frustrating.
Oh, but you read something on Facebook?
Your friend from high school who sells jewelry, she posted it?
These are straw man fallacies, by the way. Lots of things posted on Facebook that are critical of current policy are from doctors, or they originated from doctors, or from nurses as well. They have more credentials than you, weird lady.
The one who's 53.
Notice they have a laugh track. They have a laugh track to try and lend credibility. They have background emotional manipulation going on. They've changed the music. I fucking hate propaganda. I hate it. I hate propaganda. Just give me your honesty. That's all I want. Not your soy face, whatever the fuck this is. The one who's 53 and still build dollhouses. Yes! Oh my God. Look at the fucking shame. They're hobby shaming. What do you build? What do you do? What's your time off? Do we get to shame your hobby? By the way, let's be real on this. One of the best characters on The Wire, is Lester Freeman. Lester built custom dollhouse furniture. It helped him relax and focus. He was a great character. And the shit he made was artisan level stuff. People who are 53 and still build dollhouses are probably making shit that would blow your mind. Your little AIDS-riddled hands couldn't even wield the specialized Japanese saws that cost $300 each that they have to buy to make sure they can precisely cut a slab of miniature drywall. What the fuck are these people talking about? I genuinely hate this. Look at what they're doing. Appealing to authority. They're occupation shaming. They're hobby shaming. They're trying to say that no one outside of their area, by the way, as far as we've seen, none of these people are in the area of immunology, virology, or epidemiology. Not a single one of them. And they're shaming people outside of those practice areas for what? For stuff that they can't do. This makes me viscerally angry. This shit pisses me off at a core level. Like, I love talking to people because you will be surprised by everybody. Their job, their achievement or whatever, that's not who they are. Who they are is what they do holistically. And some people, like, you can go to a bus stop and see some guys like, yeah, man, I'm going to my job at Starbucks. It's like, oh, you work at Starbucks? And then you hear his life story and you're like, holy shit. This guy has an extreme level of talent in this one thing that he's dedicated his entire life to. If you just listen, or they have this vast wealth of life experience growing up in situations that you wouldn't even be able to survive because they did it. And now they're working at Starbucks or Caribou or wherever, Domino's, it doesn't matter. But they're working there because this is the first step that they've been able to make on this journey from literal squalor to where they are now. Or they went to prison for a mistake they made at 17 and they got out of prison or rebuilding their lives. But they went through prison and got educated while trying to avoid getting shanked to death. Like everybody out there has a story more interesting than soy-faced fucking man nurse. I am so tired of this shit. You see this all the time on Twitter. Oh, you're into anime, or you draw anime, or you draw comics. Yes. People do. And a lot of those people are better artists than the fucking line artists at Marvel and DC. They are. They just don't happen to work at Marvel or DC or Gainax or whatever. It doesn't mean they're not skilled. It doesn't mean they're not talented. It doesn't mean they don't know what they're talking about. And all of this ignores the fact that there is no level of qualification necessary to comment on matters of public policy. None. Zero. Someone with Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy, and whatever else you want to come up with, who has never worked a day in their life, they get to also have an opinion on how COVID is being handled by the government, because that's what participatory representative democracy looks like. Everybody gets a say, not an elite class, not a cast of doctors or approved speakers, literally fucking everybody, from the degenerate who dipped your fucking nuggets into the fry oil by mistake, because McDonald's has separate fry oil and nugget oil, and you wouldn't really know that unless you've studied how someone who works at McDonald's does their job, all the way up to Anthony Fauci, the leading epidemiologist in the world because he was appointed by a president. Everybody gets a say.
And still builds dollhouses?
Yes. What's wrong with Sandra Alexander? Why is this funny? Oh, here's why. Here's why they picked it, right? Because they liked Ivanka Trump, Trump National Golf Club, Trump Scotland. This is why. This is why. It's the political shaming. This person, what did this person do to deserve this for Jimmy Kimmel? Or is it fake? Because Jimmy Kimmel might actually be averse to doing this. So they might have created a fake account. I have no idea. But if they didn't create a fake account, why are they subjecting this person to any ridicule at all? Why don't this person get to have a fucking say on public policy? This is one of the critical failures of the modern left. And it's why when the left ends up losing, this shit is why. And there's a great, I was on a locals creator call. So there's a whole bunch of us creators. And there's this one lady on locals. And she's really, really popular. I'm not familiar with her at all, but she knits things, I guess. But she's also like I don't know if she's a psychologist or a psychiatrist, or she has a degree in like the study of those things. And she was thrown off of the internet because she wrote an article, I believe, and it said, basically, I've been a Democrat forever. I've been a Democrat forever. Karen B. Yeah, Karen Borsenko. I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Karlin Borsenko. You guys know who it is. She wrote an article that says, I've been a Democrat for 20 years, and I am basically shocked by how out of touch the Democrat Party is with mainstream America. This is the example. This is the perfect example. Plead the Fifth says, I'm surprised you like Carlin. I don't know anything about her at all. I saw her on the locals call. She spoke for 2 minutes and I Googled her. That's all I know about her at all. But her article was dead on. It was dead on. The Democrat Party is out of touch with mainstream America. And this shit shows why. They're elitist, they're snobby, they're arrogant, and they're fucking insufferable. They're insufferable. Could you imagine any one of these people? Like, if you live in a small town like I do, imagine going to your small town bar or gun shop. And having one of these fucking doctors come in, limp-wristed, telling you about how stupid everybody in that shop or bar is because of their opinions. The funny thing is, they wouldn't get their ass kicked. They wouldn't get yelled at. They wouldn't get shouted down. They would be ignored like the beta pieces of shit that they are. Not a single person in the gun shop in Wilmer is called Zero Tolerance. I was in there the other day. It is the most based and red-pilled place on the fucking planet. It's hilarious. They make me look blue. They're great. I was in there just listening to these guys. I was like, I love this place. You go to the bars in my town where just normal people are, people who have been working all day. They're going to go calm down for the evening, maybe watch some football, talk to some people and drink a couple beers. If any one of this man nurse walked in there, said, you guys don't understand about the vaccines because you're just a construction worker. They go, yeah, whatever, idiot. That's it. That's it. It would drive these people on this video crazy. Fake account. Facebook doesn't allow names in all caps. It auto lowercases them. Cyber Warrior says, I can't do any kind of work like that with my hands. I'm envious of those who can do stuff like build dollhouses. Me too, man. I am so unskilled at that stuff. Like, I cannot draw. I can't paint. I am so damn like when I watch EVS or Doug or Dan Fraga draw something, I'm like sitting there in abject awe at what they do. Like, how can your mind and your hand make that happen? Because mine can't. And I'm supposed to disregard their opinions on things because they don't have a degree in general medicine. Like, so they're less than me. Am I supposed to not listen to their opinions on law? No, of course I should listen to their opinions on law. Of course I should, because law affects, this is the thing, law affects normal people more than it affects lawyers. So we should always listen to normal people's opinions on the law. We might be able to help clarify things. They might be able to say, no, I've actually studied this. Here is the way things work. That doesn't have anything to do with the way that things should work or ought to work. And though the opinions of people most impacted by this stuff are the people we should be listening to for this stuff. There are way more people affected by the vaccine who are not doctors than doctors. Here we go.
You heard what? On whose podcast?
Who fucking cares?
Is he a doctor? No. Scientist? No.
Can he name?
What's a scientist? Like, literally, what is a scientist? Is he a scientist? Oh, he's a physicist. Well, now I listen to him? What does that have to do with anything? Is he an immunologist, virologist, epidemiologist? Those are people we should maybe listen to about how things function, but not about how they should be.
Name one of the ingredients in the vaccine?
Can you?
Can he point to his glabella?
Can you? Can you point to his glabella? And if you did, would you be fucking fired? What does pointing to a glabella have to do with a vaccine? Or what does, more importantly, it have to do with public policy?
Then tell him to shut the up.
No, don't. Listen to them. Assimilate what they have to say and decide for yourself what the result should be. Look, would you ever listen to someone who looks like this? Would you ever listen to someone whose eyes are close enough to literally cross? By the way, if you don't get it, I'm doing exactly what they're doing. It's an irrelevant criticism about this freak-looking woman. I'm disregarding her opinion based on an external characteristic that has nothing to do with the validity of her opinion. That's a fallacy. The funny thing is these are fucking doctors. And maybe if they had a doctor of philosophy on the show or ethics or logic, they would understand what a fallacy is. But they don't, because they'd be out of their depth. Red Philosophy says, my Solanus creates dollhouses. Surprisingly expensive and extensive. But not just that, she collects so many weird, interesting things and has been to a lot of places. Nothing you would ever expect for your everyday Solanus who works 9 to 10 hours a day. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. It's an amazing thing in my opinion. But, okay, here we go. Holy shit. 667MD says general surgeon here. So, an actual doctor, apparently. Paid off $320,000 student loan debt in 6 years, lived within my means and was responsible. Got the vaccine. It is new, though, so we could all be consulting a lawyer in 10 years if we all get cancer. He also says, 667MD says, these are soy-filled betas. Could ridicule all these physicians for not being smart enough to be surgeons. Quit proving scrubs true. Most monkeys could do their jobs, but I don't. Every day, pure objectivity in the scientific method is being bled from the field of medicine. Trident Titan says, had a bad reaction to the Pfizer vaccine that caused weird psychiatric symptoms, and apparently a lot of people have too. However, I've yet to hear from any doctors about this issue. Well, I would suggest following up with your doctor about it, because that's the most important doctor in your life, is the one that's caring for you. Yeah, the problem is the government has given liability immunity to the vaccine companies. And again, if you ask me as a lawyer, with experience, with a focus on constitutional liberty, I would tell you that that is a bad liberty policy. That impacts the people's ability to make free choices, because their free choice is impacted by a lack of information and a lack of integrity and a lack of transparency in the underlying transaction. But that's just me. Automata says, remember the story where Nate Silver and Matt Iglesias called out ACIP's initial plan to prioritize healthcare workers over the elderly? Some told them to shut up because they weren't doctors like the planners. Lenticular Reality says, the irony is this video is only making the case to ignore non-experts like Bill Gates and Stephen King. Never mind the double standards, though. Yeah.
The doorbell's right here, by the way.
So what?
Isn't that polio?
You know what's funny is I could do the same video and look at where some particular thing is in the body, name it like, you know where the xiphoid process is? It's right here, motherfucker. And it has nothing to do with anything. Be like, it's right here, by the way. That doesn't do anything.
No shot we gave your kid, and then your kid not getting polio. Well, those two things are related.
Actually, technically, that's specious reasoning. Oh my God, the fucking Simpsons. The Simpsons handled specious reasoning better than this doctor did. When Homer asks Lisa what specious reasoning is, and she says, hey, Dad, do you see that rock? Yeah, that's a rock that keeps lions away. No, it isn't. Have you ever been attacked by a lion? Can I buy your rock? That's actually specious reasoning. People who don't get the polio vaccine don't by default get polio. It might have helped prevent it. It might not. The entire purpose of the polio vaccine is that you don't have to worry about the reality of them getting polio. However, there are probably cases out there where someone who got a polio vaccine still got polio. I'm guessing. I don't know. There are statistical realities to this. But the fact that someone gets a polio vaccine is not the reason they didn't get polio. It may be the reason. It may not. It's Schrodinger's vaccine. We literally fucking don't know. I can't believe that The Simpsons just out-logicked a doctor live.
How about this? You do your job, I'll do mine.
Your job is a nurse. You're not creating a vaccine. At best, maybe you've administered a shot. You have nothing to do with the vaccine itself. Why are you do your job, I'll do mine. Okay, go back and walk me back and then take my blood pressure so the doctor can come in and talk to me. What? That's what some nurses do. Not all of them. Depends on the nurse and the field that they work in. Some nurses do a lot of different things than other nurses. You've told me nothing other than you're a fucking nurse.
Mine.
Get the vaccine.
Get the vaccine.
Just get the vaccine. Grow the up and get the vaccine.
I'm a doctor. Grow the fuck up, lol.
And tell your friend on Facebook to stick to jewelry.
Do you think any one of those motherfuckers in the video could make a single piece of jewelry? A single one of them? Could they tell the quality or clarity of the gemstone they're using? Could they tell if the cut was right or if it was off? Could they bend silver into a circle? Could they even bend silver into a circle? Would they know what tool to use? This is a sad fucking admission by the Jimmy Kimmel Show, by the way. Doctors aren't particularly smart. Neither are lawyers. Neither is anybody. They just have training in their field. It is non-reflective of generalized intelligence. And the moment we get over this idealistic worship of degrees, we will be better. This is, you guys found out yesterday that I taught Sunday school. I taught Sunday school to senior high kids, okay? And this is one of the biggest lessons I taught them was your professors, as you guys go into college, are literally just people. They may have specialized knowledge in a particular field, and you should listen to what they have to say. And outside of that field of knowledge, they're just any other idiot like you and me with an opinion. That's it. Doctors aren't particularly smart. I've met some stupid fucking doctors in my day, by the way. I think you guys probably have too. Good. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but they've opened... I'm going to stop watching this video. I just wanted to see the stupid fucking doctors squeal. They have transitioned COVID marketing, for lack of a better word, into convincing the stragglers, as they call it. That's why vaccination rates are plunging. The overwhelming majority of people who were going to get vaccinated did. They went and got vaccinated. Now there's a bunch of people who aren't so convinced on whether they should get the vaccine or not. And they're sitting back. And now there's a literal governmental push specifically to convince people who have stayed away from the vaccine to change their minds. I'd call it propaganda because it's a government-backed information push. Agendized information push. I don't know what else to call it than propaganda. I'm worried about what YouTube will consider that. For the record, YouTube, I am not advising anyone to do anything in regards to the vaccine other than to consult a doctor, to read up on the CDC recommendations, and to make the best healthcare decision for them. I am not a person who has any information or knowledge about the vaccine, and I would never purport to tell anybody what to do. I don't care what you do with your life. You deal with it. You deal with it. My purpose in this is pointing out that the government has a specific agenda. And remember, my field of expertise, fuck you, doctors, I've got tons more education than you on this, is in public policy and constitutional liberty. And yes, I have the diplomas to back it up, and all you have is my sweaty fucking nuts to lick. Fuck you. I hate doctors. Let's see. Russell Wallace Warren says, remember what the dying kid was dying from? Or another money-making scheme? Oops. Crackbot says, Nick, the third leading cause of death is medical error. Let that sink in. Damn. All right. I've got one last quick story, and then we'll wrap up. We'll do the chats and wrap up the show. This is an interesting one. This is legally related. Jay Graham, no, I'm aware that the medical error is a huge issue in this country. That's what lines all the med mal lawyers' pockets. Here we go. Check out this story. This is a weird one. This is a legal story. Snapchat can be sued over role in fatal car crash, the court rules. I'm not quite sure on this one. This is pretty interesting. Oh, Matt the Bee says, my mom just got the vaccine after finishing cancer treatment. She's doing very well, no worries. Good. And got a handy-dandy handout to convince people like me who don't want to get the jab that requires me to sign a waiver by stating it's unapproved. So SMRT. Look, again, everybody needs to make their own decisions on the vaccine based on the best scientific and medical research out there. I encourage everybody to do that. Go make those decisions. Listen to the people who are qualified to talk about it, not 3 moronic doctors and 2 nurses on the Jimmy Kimmel show, but go listen to the actual people practicing in the field of medicine who are doing studies and writing articles about this stuff, and then make the decision for yourself. Do it. And as YouTube would have me say, specifically, listen to the CDC guidelines and the World Health Organization guidelines and incorporate those into your thought process however you may do so. Because the CDC and the WHO are God on YouTube. They are God, they are benevolent, they are beneficent, and they are omniscient, and they know all. Don't worry about them changing their minds on things. They are correct. Robert Stratton, no, I have not. I don't know anything about it. Okay, Snapchat can be sued over role in fatal car crash. So this is kind of a sad story. 3 young men got into a car in Walworth County, Wisconsin in May of 2017. They were set on driving at rapid speeds down a long cornfield-lined road and sharing their escapade on social media. As the 17-year-old behind the wheel accelerated to 123 miles per hour, one of the passengers opened Snapchat. His parents say their son wanted to capture the experience using an app feature, the controversial speed filter that documents real-life speed, hoping for engagement and attention from followers on the messaging app. It was one of the last things the trio did before the vehicle ran off the road and crashed into a tree, killing all of them. Which is a sad fucking story, by the way. Was Snapchat partially to blame? The boys' parents think so, and in a surprise decision on Tuesday, a federal appeals court ordered that the parents should have the right to sue Snap Inc. The ruling from a 3-judge panel of the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has set off intense debate amongst legal watchers about the future of decades-old law that has shielded tech companies from civil lawsuits. Personal injury lawyer, apparently, now, I don't think Section 230 should protect Snap Inc. That's what this is about. That's a weird one. Section 230 should not protect Snap Inc. Snap Inc. shouldn't be liable because Snap Inc. didn't force these kids to drive 120 miles an hour. Like that's what should protect Snap Inc. Like, unless there's a Snapchat employee on the phone saying, yeah, make your friend drive faster. Yeah, drive into that tree. It's the passenger doing it. It's not the driver. I don't see the issue. The argument, of course, is that by having the feature available to measure what speed you're going in real life, it encouraged the children to drive well above the posted speed limit and above the recommended safety tolerances of whatever vehicle they're driving. Probably, it's 17-year-olds. They're probably driving like a shitty 1998 Ford Escort or something like that, right? But I don't think Snapchat should be liable for this. It doesn't make sense. But a personal injury lawyer says it's a triumphant day. Yeah, this is because you just opened some really deep pockets. The boy's parents, Snap Inc., the maker of Snapchat, after the tragedy, they allege that the company knowingly created a dangerous game through its filter and bore some responsibility. I don't think they're responsible at all, personally. The district court responded how courts usually do when tech platform is sued in a civil lawsuit by dismissing the case. Judge cited the sweeping immunity that social media companies enjoy under Section 230. I don't think 230 protects them. The law provides legal cover to tech companies from libel and other civil suits for what people post on the sites, regardless of how harmful it may be. They do, but this isn't related to what they posted, so that's silly. The appeals court reversal paves the way around that all-powerful law, saying it doesn't apply because the case is not about what someone posted to Snapchat. Oh, look, what did I just say? But rather the design of the app itself. Yeah, but you're not going to hold Snapchat liable for this. Like, they're not going to lose this case. Parents allege the Snapchat speed filter entices young people to drive at astounding speeds. And the federal appeals court said Snap should be treated like any other company that makes a product that can lead to injury or harm to consumers. Yeah, they should file a regular motion to dismiss, not a 230 motion to dismiss. Snap indisputably designed Snapchat's reward system and speed filter and made those aspects of Snapchat available to users through the internet, Judge Kim McLean Wardlaw wrote for the court. This type of claim rests on the premise that manufacturers have a duty to exercise due care in supplying products that do not present unreasonable risk of injury or harm to the public. Speed filter presents no risk of injury or harm to the public. None. Zero. No, Revolver Ocelot, I think they can be sued. I don't think they can be held liable, or I don't think they should be held liable. Wardlaw went on to write that CDA immunity referring to Section 230 is unavailable. Carrie Goldberg, a victim's rights lawyer who specializes in online abuse. Fuck you, Carrie Goldberg. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, bitch. I hope you lose every court case. Fuck you. Brought a similar products liability case against the dating app Grindr. But Grindr is related to what people are posting on it. She's suing Grindr for some gay guy getting wrecked. Come on now. See a different federal appeals court go the opposite way. It's a completely different situation. What are you talking about? I'm going to sue Grindr. You're going to sue Grindr for what? Did one of your clients get AIDS twice? What the hell is this? It's a triumphant day to see an internet company can be held responsible for products that are defectively designed. Can be, but I don't think they will be in the end. Goldberg said in an interview, the biggest hurdle in personal injury law is getting in front of a jury, and this could lead to that situation for multi-billion-dollar technology companies. Legal experts who study online speech were more skeptical, saying it may trigger more lawsuits to try to weaken 230, though the chance of succeeding are still slim. It invites more attempts to test how narrow the Ninth Circuit thinks 230 is, but that might be it, said Jeff Kossoff, a law professor at the U.S. Naval Academy and the author of a book on Section 230. We know in this case, the court has determined that 230 does not apply. Sure, there are plaintiffs' lawyers out there thinking, well, how about this other type of product flaw? But it doesn't have anything to do with what someone, like the injury didn't stem from what they posted on Snapchat. So that, of course, doesn't have 230 applying. This is, like, if you would have shown me this case, I'd say, yeah, 230 doesn't protect that. And if someone found that 230 did, it would be wrong. 230 is related to personal injury stemming from a post. Immunity from liability for personal injury stemming from a post of someone else. That's it. That's it. The Speed app has nothing to do with injury stemming from the post. The injury came from the tree plus the speed. Force equals mass times deceleration. Let's see. Eric Goldman, a Santa Clara University law professor who also studies technology law. Another Goldman. Oh, Goldman. Okay. Pointed to a similar case against Snap that played out in state courts in Georgia. In that case, an appeals court found Snap could be sued for harm caused from the speed filter. But when a trial court re-examined the case, it found that Snap could not be held liable for someone misusing a product. Shock. There you go. The messaging app does apply a don't snap and drive warning to the filter and its terms of service caution users to never put yourself or others in harm's way just to capture a snap. Well, there you go. So this isn't new at all? Good job. Parents' lawsuit now returns to lower court. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, anyway, that's that. So I wanted to bring that up. It's an interesting story about how weird the legal system can be. And more importantly, I've talked about this a couple times. When you're reading cases on authority, Supreme Court cases, appellate law cases, the rulings tend to be much more narrow than what's implied. The news is really, really bad at this. The news says, oh, this case came out opening the door to everything. It doesn't open the door to everything. It doesn't open the door to much of anything. The question is, can Snapchat be sued? Or does Snapchat have Section 230 liability immunity from a passenger in a car using the speed filter on Snapchat to determine their speed and then dying in a car crash? Well, no. Section 230 has nothing to do with that. That's the answer to the question. So they can be sued. Because everyone can be sued for just about everything. But will they be liable? Probably not. What did Snapchat do to induce or cause that accident? Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. Jay Graham, I got my 1995 Ford Escort up to 106. What's up? What's up? Okay. Let's do the chats. And then let's wrap up the show. Shall we? And then it's off to Twitch. If you missed it earlier, guys, tonight on Twitch, we will be playing a video game called Cuckold Simulator. And the video game playthrough we will be playing is called The Life of Ron Toye. This is what I do for you. For you. Mario Carter 13 says Nick's nose is censored because Susan found the hentai where a Tengu used his nose to go to town on a lady. Look. Deathwish says, I'm not crying, you dumb fuck. Focus. Also, Shoe on Head blocked me for calling Vaush a pedo, which he is. Vaush seems like one. I don't know if he is or not. Ed Gein says, so it's a long story, but Ron Toye thinks I'm one of your alt accounts on Twitter. My bad. Also feels like he's projecting a bit after you called out his gay op the other day. Deathwish says, we need to import conservatives from other countries to come vote for the not senile option, since the turbo fucks in this country want no voter restrictions. Arcane Sidious says, I am a special kind of autist and was forced to watch the Lizzo video. I noticed that her butt had so much fat it folded over on itself while she was twerking. Ken, can you pay me a fair share of the profits of all the people who now need therapy? Malik says, I doubt these people have built anything in their lives. Creating a character who builds houses for old people pro bono. I bet none of them has any idea what goes into creating a house that's comfortable and doesn't fall apart. Idiots. Of course not. Malik also says, why is Gomez so covered up, though? He is like nothing accentuating his muscle, because muscles are bigotry. I look at this and I see some skinny-ass guy cosplaying. Like no homo, but shit. Superheroes had skin-tight suits that show muscle and curve. Who the fucking hell designed this? Yeah, that's always been a feature of superheroes, is the idea of sleek, form-fitting attire. It's not restrictive. It doesn't get in the way. It accentuates the musculature of the person. Sometimes the fact that it's form-fitting is necessary, like it has thermal insulation or whatever, keeps them warm. Tess Not on Holiday says, I thought Apache Chief was a DC character. What's he doing as Captain America? It's pretty coincidental that the character has the same name of the president and has a carpentry adjacent job. Wolfgang Deo says, just got back from McDonald's. Some stupid California was sitting in the way of getting out, waiting for the drive-thru, just oblivious to anything around them except themselves. Thankfully, I was still eating my food. Someone else tried getting out. Haha. He also says, at this point, I don't care about having punishment served for the innocent people whose lives were destroyed or kicked out of them, or the coup fuckery. Just get this damn world back to working and living their damn lives. Take your tickets and shove. Malik says, I'm with you, Nick. Arthur's biography would be interesting to listen to if it ever ends up being one. Also, Punic Popper scoffs, intimidating me with the, pink paper, intimidating me with the pink. Yes. Tess Not on Holiday says, it's funny you make that joke with now this, considering they've talked about fighting against transgender rights. Okay. Wolfgang says, all of these pieces of shit people everywhere in this country, not just leftists, thinking that completing college is a fucking accomplishment, that it actually means anything. All you do is express your knowledge, yet not a single person understands wisdom. Angry Baneling says, please donate this to the homie, My Room Records. Really love his outro song and the bathroom song, which you don't play anymore for some reason. I almost never go to the bathroom. Woo lad, but yeah, my bank's debit card sucks. Thanks, Nick. Anon says, I'm allergic to some vaccines and there are outbreaks of whooping cough in my area because of anti-vaxxers. And I still say doctors like this are more dangerous than anti-vaxxers. These people should have their certifications removed for abusing them. Wolfgang says, how about we offer camps for all these people that want to be safe from death? Just concentrate them there like they're not people that can be engaged with rational, sane, normal people. Just build it and I'm sure they will concentrate themselves. Malik Foxon says, these same people will talk about how bad the McDonald's they ate tastes, and I'll be looking at them like, are you a chef? No? Then why should I listen to you? You got no experience in the kitchen. Can't ever have an opinion on any food ever, you plebeian. Meximan and Cheese says, whenever these evangelists try to tell you to take the vaccine, they always ask, who told you it was bad? They always assumed you were mindless sheep following the wrong herder. These people are NPCs and think you are too. Independent thought is that rare. Dude, it really is. It really is. That's the crazy thing. Independent thinking is really, really rare. Mexican Man and Cheese says, I heard from RGE you're doing a cuck simulator stream tonight. Yes, over on Twitch. Wolfgang, says, you do your job and I'll do mine. You stupid fucks are not even doing your job. You can't. You're so fucking stupid and unable to perform the scientific method. What the fuck? You just repeat stupid bullshit and only do what you have been trained. No fucking sense. Death Wish says, nice evasion. Watch Invincible. There's the woke tax, but it's minimal. What's the evasion? What did you ask before? I don't know what I evaded, but I do plan on watching Invincible at some point. My grandfather liked to say, remember that doctors have a license to practice, not to cure. You should never blindly follow anyone, no matter their level of education. Ambathos Guy says, when the feds show up at my door demanding I take a vaccine, I'll just tell them to just put a bullet between my eyes. It'll be quicker. Sneed says, just do what the doctors say, you fucking retard. Oh, you got a question? Where's your degree? How far is the earth from the sun? Yeah, that's what I thought, Jimmy Kimmel. Very interesting. Very interesting. Crusader Saracen says, it's amazing just how metal the opening to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was. How did kids' entertainment go from that heavy metal stuff to the current gray paste shit we have now? Steven Universe. Timothy Reaper says, have you heard of Ian Davis? He's an amputee who designs, builds, and tests his own prosthetics. He also has some side projects like an adapter for a video game controller, a drill hand, and a chainsword attachment. His YouTube channel is his name. I've never heard of him. Sounds awesome. But does he have a degree? Does he know where his globular is or whatever? Wolfgang says, Snapchat can do that. What the fuck is wrong with people? Go a different way. There's no fucking sensible way to sue them for this. Glad those kids are dead. Fuck them. Fuck their parents. Even if Snap was telling them to do it. I mean, the voice is in my head. I mean, I'm not glad kids are dead. Speeding, like just driving fast. That I don't like that. Death Wish says, I'm not gay, but if I were rackets, if I were. Bad Dragonite says, my vaccine shot is like Tess Holliday's anorexia. Doesn't exist. Malik says, these folks need to tell me why my coworker got laid up for 2 weeks for a 100% safe vaccine. I ain't taking that shit till I stop hearing stories like this. Look, again, for the purposes of YouTube, I need to say you should listen to the authorities that are out there and their wisdom and intelligence and research on the subject and make up your own mind. Thank God this is going up on my on my archive channel. Davisar says, I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you the government hasn't told the truth about anything in decades. That is correct. For sure. Gerbrick says, my wife says this makes your nose look normal, referring to my blurry cam. Tell her thank you and also rude. Brandon Caballero's message was retracted. Sean M says, Nick has successfully made everyone as drunk as he is since everything is blurry. Tupac Shakur says, legal Alpha Chad, Nicky Rack City, no further questions. Automata says, wait, your nose looks human today, so not bad. I think that was still blurry, mean. Kadak1 says, as a Native American, Tlingit, I think I probably butchered that. Sorry. I think the new Captain Native is the worst kind of pandering, especially when there are so many other Native superheroes. Exactly. Exactly. Make Lenny literally anybody else. Mario Carter 13 says, Nick, my nose is circumcised. A Lonely Crow says, Nick, you liar. You said the stream would be you blurred out in the background in focus, subjecting us to your nose again. Ryan Thornton says, of course you play a fun game on a night I can't stay up. Damn work. Kyra says, would you ever play a horror game like the new Resident Evil 8, please? I don't know if I'd play RE8. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know if I'll get around to it. But I've played a couple horror games before. Let's see. Super Iron Bob says, CBT would be worse than CBR, but only just barely. Mario Carter 13 says, Captain Native America, not your lucky day, Kimasabe. Painful Buggery says, I'm part Cherokee and the Native American side of my family runs strip mines and engage in rampant logging. That's awesome. Swarm069 says, how come when they make an ethnic superhero, they make them into literal stereotype in terms of costume? Can't they just look like any other hero? No. No, of course not. Why would you think they could, you bigot? Lord Shulk says, speaking of Latinos, I found out that the KKK was allied to the Mexican government in the Cristero War, or in the Cristero War. Does that make us Mexicans white supremacists? Yes. Kadak1 says, compare this character to Marvel's Red Wolf, the first Native American in Marvel Comics. CJ says, makes a superhero based on Arthur, or do a remake of The Exorcist with him. Yeah. Yes. Mr. Snuffle says, this character is about cultural squatting. 90% of its existence is about saying, ha ha ha, look what we did to Captain America. Spook Horse says, I showed this to my genuine 100% native best friend and asked him how offended I should be on his behalf. CJ says, looks like a Native American Transformer. Roll out. Cars in Depth says, Canada Dry is for wusses. Realming drink Verner's. Verner's isn't available in my area. Checkmate. Brandon Caballero says, Captain Native America is just Marvel Tonka. They should put him in a wheelchair at a Burger King. Albert Pike says, I'd take the Q Shaman guy as Native American, Native Captain America over this dude. CJ says, oh, Engine Joe, the Jeep Cherokee. Oh, fuck. Say Brav says, zombies be damned. This is Asperger Apocalypse. Nice camera, Nick. Love ya. Hey, thanks, buddy. Some people are nice. Say Brav says, Nick, can county officials effect an arrest warrant on grossly negligent public officials whose action/inaction have threatened the public safety? I mean, if there's a statute, I don't know if there's a statute on it. That's the hard question. I mean, if there is an arrest warrant for the public official, yeah, they can effect the arrest. But I don't know about whether they could generate the warrant. There'd have to be a statute illustrating the crime. Mario Carter 13 says, choose hope, not soap. CJ says, the new N-word, Nazi Gestapo. Character Holding says, red-nosed man we claim as red man. Don't forget to remember your German ancestors who weren't Nazis. Paul Durfee says, can you sleep at night? He's just concerned the cop has sleep apnea. No kidding. No kidding. That was a hefty boy. R.W. Bimby says, when old Polish guys call you Nazi, it means more than Berkeley kids tweeting it. Cute Nerd says, wish you could interview base Polish man. His pastor is a superhero you joked about. I know. Davisar says, if my nose is bigger than Nick's, does that mean I'm a larger man? Yes. Andrew War Snowboard says, you say your chat is mean to you for making fun of your nose. My Twitch followers say I look like DSP and Keem. Oh, God. It's a hybrid. Russell Wallace Warren. Wait, I read those already. Here we go. Russell Wallace Warren says more salt. Tallest Cat says 5 for the nose. I knows how it goes. Russell says Greta Thunberg made me do it. Control-Alt-Delete. And then he says trapping ain't easy. Dermy Wormy says, please don't make me listen to the crazy lady AOC. It was just for a moment. Russell Wallace Warren says, you cute. Wolfgang says, Papa Rackets, balls or no balls on Fuda? Balls, always. Oh, you're asking my dad. Well, hopefully he didn't answer. Russell says, nom nom time. Sure, it's something in German. Says, Game Boy, what you gonna do? Responsibility comes for you. He also says, I love everyone. Ash B says, buy Dogecoin dummies. Chris Shotwell says, everyone clowning on how Nick looks with the new camera setup. But just imagine if we had to look at Ron, Monica, or Jamie instead. Gross. Russell says, nice target, XOXO. Tallest Cat says, gotta say, Pizza Boy phones are borderline non-functional, Nikki. Shame you got screwed, though. Bad Dragonite says, check Discord DM. This nose is getting out of hand. Yeah. Russell says, don't call me. Sorry these women hurt your feelings. What shall I do, precious? Bricks in Nazi walls. Like a stalker. Keep wishing stalkers. They say you know who party. Like lying about Mavy bros in a pic. Yay, congratulations, pity. Sorry, actual life. Maybe insurance will help. I bet you wish. You're welcome for my fans. Girl, you asked for it. Sleazy says, I appreciate your huge beak. It makes my Pole Hebrew nose look small. It also wouldn't let me send it with the word Polish. Russell says, gossiping about dudes again. Cute. Any more problems, precious? I have a doctorate in janitorial arts. Mario Carter says, idiots confuse trivia for knowledge. Russell says, keep digging, precious. Ryan79 says, they do say C's get degrees. Stephen F. says, Nick, your thoughts here. The solution to abortion as a societal issue is to stigmatize it through societal shaming of men who have sex with damaged women. I think that's a good solution. Russell says, whoa, schoolboy. Where are your papers, pan boy? Horizon says, I got the vaccine Saturday morning. I was in the ER Sunday afternoon. I have arthritis from injuries when I was younger. It became extremely inflamed, and I'm still dealing with the aftermath. Automata says, I can tell you exactly what every organ in the human body does. Is that known, period? And I heard we discovered a new organ as recently as 2018. Russell Wallace Warren says, you wish, Paperboy. Someone's in heat. Woo! Shadow Goff says, to those doctors, I'm sure anyone in here can, in chat, can crack open a chest if we drank enough. Now I need a drink. Cheers, Nikki. Russell says, wow, Skolol, who's Jimmy? G-Man says, how much do these tools learn about COVID-19 in medical school? Absolutely nothing. Everything we know about it was learned in the last 2 years. Unflaumig says, hi. Hey, what's up? Russell says, where are your papers for teaching this? I mean, I have them in a box. CJ says, that male nurse looks like The Rock on soy. And Russell says, cute story. Your kids love me. Puff that chest. Karmatika says, I just posted a meme about this on your locals. Everybody should check out my locals, ricadalaw.locals.com. Russell says, find out, thirsties. People make your food are degenerates? Yes. Probably my stalker. They think. I saw a lawyer whining about having kids today. So many wishes, only so many me-s. How much money for kids again? CJ says, with mRNA, add listen to geneticist and pharmacist. John Alexson says, hey, Nick, just wanted to thank you for all the live streams. I honestly believe that watching your shows had a positive impact on my life. Cheers, brother. Have a drink on me. I will, John Alexson. I love getting messages like that. I really, really do. Thank you, by the way, to the people who email me those stories about how, you know, a particular show or a series of shows help them get through some stressful times. Even if I don't respond to those emails all the time, I try to, but I'm bad at it. But I do see them. Thank you for that. And cheers to you, John Alexson. All I can hope to do is be a positive influence on the people around me and to call fat women on the internet fat. Russell Wallace Warren says, sorry, late, still begging for kids. Do you mean the GoFundMe? Is that what you're talking about? This one? Which is, holy shit, $28,625. We've gone up another $1,300 since we checked. You guys are amazing. Amazing for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. The Major says, we should use this logic in gun control debates. Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Bad Vibe says, vaccines. Look up top food allergies and autoimmune issue. Look up ingredients in vaccines and look up Cutler incident. Many autoimmune include diabetes, Crohn's, arthritis. The immune system attacks the body. Vaccination equals human DNA. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but thanks for sharing. Angry Baneling, I will not forget to donate it. I'll send you proof of it. Andrew Haskin says, snake oil salesman says you're not qualified to talk about snake oil. Leave thoughts to the right thinkers, you big-nosed ginger. Colin Brefka says, if people had to study logic or philosophy in school, then doctors wouldn't be so moronic. Blackhawks81H says, Nick, did you ever see the video of Carrie Mullis, the guy who won the Nobel Prize for inventing the PCR test, calling Fauci a dummy? No, that sounds good. Russell says, we don't know. Get your school money back, Game Boy. Pinceroso says, grow the gamer word up and take the vaccine. Come and make me gamer words. I've got my diamond pickaxe. Nice. Russell says, idolize this. Making money off of drama. You earned it. Are you on your period? Not right now, but probably in the next 2 days. You are responsible for your words. Trident Titan says, my mother actually threatened to call the police on me if I didn't get the vaccine. Dude, this stuff has got people crazy. Crazy. Russell Wallace says, used to practice law. Death trial. I mean, I still do. I still have cases right now. I don't want to, but I have them. I'm not allowed to just skip out on them. Death Trout says, I had a doctor get the dosage on my depression meds wrong and then swear the side effects I had weren't side effects of that medication. Dixon Kuntz says, it's not propaganda, it's systematic systems of informational influence, a George Carlin approved euphemism. Delacourt says, if they really want us to take the jab, they should stop telling us it doesn't work or that we can't return to normalcy even after getting it. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with their marketing. Jacob Berg says, yo, Russell Wallace Warren, please at me, bro. You're sending a lot of super chats for someone angry about Nick making money. Want to know what's up. I don't think he's, well, whatever. Lanny109 says, years ago, a doctor decided to give me acne medicine for bronchitis. I had nice skin, but I was gasping while brushing my hair. Slim Jim Jong-un says, Oz Al's paramedic, as said in uni, P's get degrees, 50%. You can be a registered healthcare professional and you only need to know half the course. A lot of dummies. Enjoy the 13C conversion rate. Thanks. Thanks for your Australian pretend dollars. Geekosity says, did you know there's a movement out here to abolish the bar exam because, and you'll never guess this, it's rooted in a system of oppression? Yes, I did know about it. Let me make a quick statement on the bar exam. 1, the bar exam is a bad indicator of who will be a good lawyer or a bad lawyer. 2, the bar exam should absolutely exist. Absolutely. Because you should have to study, quickly assimilate a lot of information, and put it together in a very high-pressure situation. That's what the bar exam tests. Because you might have to do that as a lawyer. You might not. But you should. You should have a bar exam. Not having a bar exam is stupid. James Spoon says, wouldn't the speed filter and the speedometer in the car do the same damn thing? Yes. Solemn says, it's movie night, goddammit, Nick. Nope, Friday's a flex night. Sorry, it's cuckold simulator night. Come learn what it's like to be Ron. No one important says, Ron Toye Simulator. Can't we just be like everyone else and play Resident Evil Village? I'll even take Super Seducers. Logo says, if my doctor is so smart, why is he always sticking his fingers in my ass? Friggin' doofus, if you ask me. Not cool. Kyra says, it do be movie night, though. When's head of state? No, it's Fridays are flex days. And Cuckold Simulator is too important. But head of state is coming very, very soon. Zephael says, I got the vaccine 20 times. Go hard or go home. Frontman242 says, you must go to Poland to complete your training. That nose is a weapon, my Polish brother. Yes, while you were studying medicine, I was studying the nose. Kyra says, free Jake Angeli. 200 Watt Studio says, trans woman loses lawsuits from salons that refuse to wax his balls. Why you never cover the real cases, Nikki? Because that weirdo, I forget the name. That giant fat Canadian man is discussing. Jonathan Yaniv? Yaniv is the last name. I can't remember the dead name that I would intentionally use. Is it Jonathan Yaniv? Wolfgang Deo says, everyone buy Trump coin, bigots. Mr. Bentham says, love you, Nick. Just want you to tell people that you're a doctor with the smugness the people on the video had. I am a doctor, actually. I have a Juris Doctor degree. What do you even have? Ryan says, Ryan, welcome to Paralegal. Thank you for joining the channel. Ryan says, here's $2. Thank you. Thank you. Angry Bailey says, why are you flexing on us movie nighters, though? When did you become a movie nighter? You were always game night, except when it was Risk of Rain. Baronet says, the nose always knows. Finally, so we've got a couple more Bad Dragonite says, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but the last time I got vaccine because a government-controlled institution told me to. Made me horribly sick, and that set off a domino effect of irreversibly changed my life. I think I'm allowed a bit of skepticism. Wolfgang Deo says, I don't give a damn anymore about anyone in the medical field. The good ones should have fucking spoken up by now. As such, they are all cursed. Fuck them. I'm not answering their calls, and I refuse to see them. I'd rather die. Fuck off, doctors. Damn. And Poorly Redacted says, this is a $100 super chat. Trust me, YouTube misplaced the decimal. Well, thank you very much for that $100 super chat, Poorly Redacted. And 200 Watt Studio says, not going to cover trans case. What does she have on you? Her balls. No, Yaniv's case has been over for a long time. Did Yaniv lose another case? If so, I'm not aware. I just don't follow that disgusting degenerates cases, so I don't know. All right. There we go. One final check on this. We're at 28,760. You guys blew me away. Amazing show of support for My Room Records. Thank you so much for doing that. I love you all. I hope he wakes up and has just the biggest gay cry that he can imagine because of what happened here. So thanks, guys, for that. Much appreciated. As for that, I will be over on Twitch in just a couple minutes. Grab your snacks, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. Let's go play Cuckold Simulator. Have a good night, guys. Peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some lost-plaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes madder, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are.